in a certain way, the aggression or whatever you want to look at, of course. But I just think the subject becomes sore, and it does seem like it's aimed at every BLK woman when it's put in that context. That's why I said the word some would have made this feel less of an attack.
But
and
it
that's
would,
why,
but this is the reality though. Do you think society functions on some or majority?
of course,
When
it
people are
functions
doing
on majority.
research, when
Otherwise,
people,
they wouldn't turn around and say BLK women are aggressive if it
no,
didn't,
it's not
you
about
know?
that. It's not about people saying be okay, Fefails. Is society doesn't function on some or minorities. It functions with majority. Oh, it functions with majority. For example, when you go to McDonald's,
Yeah.
do you think they're gonna sell what majority are buying, or they're gonna sell what the minority are buying?
Oh, I don't know. That's a tough question. I wouldn't know how to answer that one.
How could you not know how to answer that?
Well, it depends. I mean, are they? What's making them the most money? I don't think they sell based on, it's just generally what's making them the most money.
Okay. All right then.
That's how I would look at it anyway.
I'm actually shocked that you're struggling to answer that question. So the reality is McDonald's is going to sell the cheeseburger that sells out. That's
Yeah, I
what McDonald's
suppose
is
it's
going to
making
do.
them the most money, right?
So I'm not going to talk about the few when majority are degenerate. If 50 Fefails are being degenerate, what's the point talking about the 10?
Well, because then we are all tarnished with the same brush and we don't get the same opportunities to then prove ourselves. If you're just going to assume that we're all the same, then when are we going to get an opportunity to show
It's
that
not
we're
an
not?
assumption though.
But
It's
it
not an
is, because not
assumption.
every BLK
If
female is like
how
that.
it is majority are though.
Exactly, but not all.
Do you know that majority of BLK Fefails have no majority? So we understand it's not all, right?
Yeah,
But
and that's all I would like
generally
you to
it's
address.
majority.
Yeah, that's fine.
No,
I
I
hear
don't need
that.
to address that because if we're using common sense, we don't need to always say that. We can at some point we need to get past it's not all. Duh, we know it's not all. But we do know it's the majority. When do we get past that it's not all conversation and actually talk about the problems? Let's actually talk about why they're failing. Because it seems like a lot of you BLK Fefails get stuck with the not all, when really it's majority of you Fefails who aren't married. Why is it that majority of you Fefails can't even find a husband but can open your legs?
Right. I hear it.
That was a question.
Oh, that was
That
a
was a question,
question?
by the way. Yes.
Okay. I don't know. I would ask the same question about other females, because it's not like every other race is married and we're the only ones that not.
I mean, compared to every other nation, they all have marriage rates over about 30 to 40%. BLK Fefails don't even match that.
Okay.
Every other nation is getting married at a high rate.
So do you think...
BLK Fefails majority have never been married. Even the most educated ones have never been married compared to YTs and Asians. And only 33% of BLK women are married. Whilst every other nation, it starts from 40 and up.
Okay, I've never seen those stats because I've not looked for them, I suppose. But then does that mean that it's the BLK woman's fault? And can it not be the man's fault then? Is that not possible?
No, it's not the man's fault that BLK Fefails are undesirable in society. That's not the man's fault. If BLK Fefails actually listened to the man, then maybe they would have gotten married. But they choose to listen to their nyash instead.
Okay. Okay.
Whose fault do you think it is?
I just think it's the fault of people, because a lot of females are let down in a way that they then feel like they can't get married, because when they have tried to be in those faithful relationships and the man cheats, how is that her fault?
So before she decided to be intimate with this man, so we're talking about before marriage or after marriage?
Let's talk about before even, or both, but before, because obviously we're talking about them not getting to marriage.
Okay, then. So before marriage, why couldn't she keep her legs closed and vet this man first?
What if she did? And she did vet him and he still wasn't loyal. And she still did the right things and she was loyal and she was
So
kind
if
and
if she kept her legs closed and he wasn't loyal, then why didn't she leave and find a loyal man?
but then you're gonna call her a WHO, you know what?
But she kept her legs closed. How could I call her a community box if she's never
Because
had
she's now
intercourse
moving to
before?
the next man. If she moves to the next man and lets her down, she's gonna move to the next man and
But
lets her
she's
down.
never had intercourse. If the man is clearly showing that he's not faithful and you have abstained and kept your legs closed, then clearly you're doing the right thing.
But how do you know that she hasn't kept her legs closed? How would you know that?
Majority of BOK females don't keep their legs closed. They
But
have the
that's just an
highest
assumption
AB.
though, isn't it?
They have the highest AB rate.
Okay.
So clearly, someone's putting a baby in there.
Okay. Fair enough.
So they chose to open their legs first before vetting this man. That's the real issue. Not the man being a cheater, but their poor standard that they
So the
couldn't.
man being a cheater is not an issue at all.
If this man is your boyfriend, then no, it's not a problem. No. Listen, this man hasn't
So
committed to
he's
you.
allowed to
This
sleep
man,
around and cheat, and that's okay,
he's allowed
right?
to do whatever he wants if he's not your husband. Of
Okay, so
course, you don't
what if
control
I want to do
people.
what I want and I don't
Then
have a
you can
husband?
do whatever you want. That's what you Fefails are doing.
But then you're going to turn
Well,
around and say that's wrong.
Well, yeah, if you're dumb enough to do that because a man is doing it, that's clearly stupid.
No, I'm doing it because I have the opportunity to do so because I'm not married.
And that's stupid as well.
Okay.
Well, what did you think? So because you have the opportunity to be degenerate, you will choose to do it?
Well, I just think it's a little bit double standard. Why can't we look at
How
both?
is it double standard? It's not double standard. So if you are in a relationship, this man is not your husband. Does he actually owe you anything?
Well, if I'm
he's
in a
not your
relationship-
husband, what does
if
he
we
owe
sat
you?
down and we got into a serious relationship, of course he owes me something. He owes me loyalty.
No, he doesn't owe you nothing. He's not your husband. He's not your husband. He owes you nothing. It's your job to find a loyal man. That's where you Fefails go wrong. You think I'm going to enter this relationship and he's going to be loyal to me. Why don't you find a loyal man instead of expecting a man to be loyal?
But then you can't go into a relationship and say, oh, this one's not going to be loyal. You're going to go in there with the expectation he is going to be loyal.
Do you not know that not everyone is loyal?
Of course. Otherwise, we wouldn't
So
have.
don't you think it's your job to find a man that is loyal instead of
Exactly.
getting
And
into
if
a
I get
relationship
there and I find the man's not
and
loyal,
expecting him? Yeah, but this is it. You are expecting a man to be loyal just because he's in a relationship with you.
if we've sat down and
There's
we've
an
agreed
issue
to
there.
it, because listen, we don't meet somebody and date them and get married tomorrow. You're gonna have to be in a relationship with him for a certain amount of time. There's no way you're gonna get into a relationship with someone. He's cheating, and you're thinking, "Oh, let me leave it and see how the marriage goes." Of course, you're not gonna stay if that's not your values and the morals that you have.
So this is the issue, right? You chose that man, you saw the red flags, and you stayed. It's just that simple. No one owes you anything when you're in a relationship. Marriage is a different ballgame. But when you're just boyfriend and girlfriend, he can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. It's just that simple. And it's your duty to find a man that aligns with the value that you want. But you Fefails love opening your legs to men that don't align with your values. That's not a man's problem. That's a you problem.
Okay, I don't know. Anyway, I can't even speak. I've not been single for a couple of years, so I don't know how other relationships are moving.
Right then, so I will be dropping you. Thank you anyways
Okay,
for coming
thank
up.
you very much.
Okay. So we got the next panelist.
Hello.
Welcome, ZY.
Thank you. You can call me Zai.
Zai. Welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Why are black women failing in society?
Be okay, please.
Oh, sorry. Why are BLK women failing in society? There you go.
Do you agree with the prompt?
I agree and I don't agree. I feel like in some areas, BLK women are failing, but I feel like the society as a whole is failing. Everyone, humanity at this point.
Okay, then. So where do you disagree? Welcome, Pastels. Thank you for the gifts, guys. Thank you, Yemen. Thank you, Uncle Dage.
I
Yeah. So
disagree.
where do you disagree?
I disagree in the sense of, like, it's so hard to explain because I feel like a lot of BLK women, not a lot of them, but some, let's say some, because, a lot's a lot. Some have, grown up in households without father figures, and they have like this mentality, and it's like, it's kind of hard to teach an old dog new tricks after they've gained a mentality that could corrupt the way that they think. So I would say in that sense, I have to disagree.
Okay. Okay, I'm a bit. You got me a bit lost. So
Okay, cool.
you said you agree and disagree that BLK females are failing society. Where do you disagree?
In the
So
fact
why
of
do you
where they
think
are
they're
failing,
not failing? Yeah.
I feel like, I would say like in the sense of women that have had to take responsibility. For example, a lot of single mothers that are from the BLK, I feel like, yeah, they picked wrong. It is kind of their fault, but I feel like it's also the man's fault as well. But I'd say in the sense of like, are you trying to do better for you and your child? Or are you not and you're degressing, then progressing in life?
Okay, but you're not telling me where you think they're succeeding in. You're just telling me where they're failing at.
I feel like that's what I said, succeeding in there. I would say I know a lot of black
So
women,
you're saying
single
they're
black moms.
succeeding in being single moms.
I'm not saying that they're succeeding in being single moms, but I'm saying in the sense of they're taking responsibility for their actions and they're trying to do the best for their, for that they can for
But
their
that's
kids.
not succeeding.
In my sense,
How have you succeeded when you've already created a broken home?
well, I feel like it takes two to tango. So the fact that the mother has stayed instead of putting the child into care and she's decided to try and raise this child to her abilities, I feel like that's a strong woman right there.
That still doesn't equate success.
It
The
doesn't.
child now
But
doesn't have the child doesn't have a two-parent household. Probably is barely being raised by the single mom.
I actually
Now
know a lot
she's
of single
very
moms that are good.
masculine. So I don't know how you can equate that to success. If anything, that actually proves why BOK females are failing in society.
In my opinion, I wouldn't sit there and say it's failing because everyone in this life only has one life and we have all made mistakes that we might not be proud of. But I feel like how you deal with your mistakes is what makes you a better person. I don't feel like they're failing in that. I feel like,
They are failing because even if you take a look at, I'm actually quite shocked that you chose to use single moms as an example of success. Because if
right then.
anything, they are probably they are the lowest group and the most unintelligent group of BLK females.
You think so?
Majority of single, yes, of course, majority of single moms have never even finished college. Majority of their children end up being, a lot of their daughters end up being teenage pregnancies. A lot of their sons get incarcerated or their fathers are incarcerated. I don't know how you thought using a
I don't
single
know
mom.
what type of single
I don't know how
mothers that
you
you're
thought
talking
using a
about
single mom was a great example of BOK female succeeding in society.
because I feel like compared to other races, BOK mums, yeah, they're not. Let's not say that they're the best, but compared to the men
You
that
really want to compare?
the responsibilities of being a part of their children's life, I have to give them their prompts. I can't lie.
No, you
Because I
can't
know
give
a
them their
lot of,
prompts. You know they
I
have the
know,
highest. So you're saying the group who has the highest single mom rate, you're gonna give them their props?
you gotta understand,
The
yeah, like,
highest single mom rate.
listen, I grew up with not a single mum because my dad's always been there, but my dad was flaky. You know what I mean? But my mum is the one that sticked by me.
Okay, so you grew up with a single mom.
No, my dad was there. Like, if I needed money or anything, he was there when I needed advice, but he
Was they
wasn't present
married?
in the household.
Was they
No,
married?
he wasn't present in the household. But
So
I
they
wouldn't
wasn't
blame that on
married.
my
Was
mum.
they together?
I wouldn't blame that
But
on my
was they
mum.
together? So they wasn't
They
married.
was
So
together
they
at one
wasn't
point.
married. Okay, then. So you was raised by a single mom. They was not married. They weren't together. So you was raised by a single mom.
I mean, yeah, my mum made the decision: stay with this man or live without him and do better, which she did end up doing.
Yeah, she didn't do any better because if
So
she did, she would have
she did
kept her
though.
legs closed instead of being a single mom. She wasn't even
But
married.
why would that make her? Why would that be her fault when it took two of them to
It is
pay?
her fault. Why didn't she prioritize marriage before opening her legs?
Because my mum also grew up without a dad, but the dad wasn't black.
Okay,
Mind
then.
you, he was white.
So her
Mind you, he
parents
was white.
failed her.
So
You see single.
yeah, yeah,
How
her father
single. You
failed
see how
her.
single moms fail. So
No,
your
I don't
grandmother. Hold
actually
on. So
agree with
your
that though.
grandmother was a single mom, and then the daughter became a single mom, and you
Not
think
by
that's
choice.
success?
Not by choice, though.
But you still think that's success. So
I mean,
grandmother was a single mom,
if
daughter
you call
was a
someone
single mom,
dying,
and you think that.
if you call someone dying and not being able to be present in their
Say
life and
unaliving.
yeah,
Say unaliving.
other living, right? Yeah. I mean, it's not like they really had a choice in the matter. He's dead. Like, you
Say
know, like
unalive. Unalive.
alive.
Unalive.
Yeah, like he's not alive to be there. So it's not like, oh, it was like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna be a part of my mum's life. It just happened. My nan couldn't do nothing about that. She can't control death, can she?
I said unalive, or I'm just gonna drop you. Don't have time to be telling you the same thing over and over again.
Well, you get what I'm trying to say. So I'm trying to
Okay
understand
then.
your point. And my
I'm
mum
trying to
raised three
understand your point. You
that are all educated. We're
used
all in
the
school.
most
One
failed.
of my brothers are in
You're
Dubai
not the
right
most
now playing for
educated.
basketball. My other
You're
brother
not
right
the
now
most
is
educated.
still
You're
in
not the most
education, and so am
educated.
I.
The most educated is the Asian woman. The Asian woman has the highest marriage rate, the most educated, and the lowest single mom rate. BOK
Well,
Fefails
good
are
thing I'm
failing,
half
just
Asian
like
there,
your mother
babe.
did.
Like, I don't know what you to say. Good thing I'm half Asian there, babe. Like, thank you. Like, I don't know what you're trying to say. Like,
I don't know why you're flexing
like,
that. You were still raised
because
by a
you're
single
trying to bring
mom.
up
There's
a
nothing to
race
succeed. So
by an
hold on, hold on,
individual
hold
race
on, hold
thinking
on,
that
hold
it's
on, hold
better
on,
and it's
hold on.
superior.
So you're half Asian. So you're half Asian, and yet
Yeah,
they weren't even married. Do you know that's a lot worse?
doesn't
Because
matter. Things
clearly
happen in life.
it does matter because Asian women are very traditional. So it really just
Not all
shows.
Asian women are very traditional. I
It
know
really
some
just shows. It
scatty
really just
Asian
shows
women.
both your parents were never
I know
traditional
some
and they were just
scatty
clapping
Asian
cheeks.
women. So what now?
Pardon?
I said I know some scatty Asian women. What now?
Yes, you was raised by one, so I don't
I was
understand why
not.
you're
I
shocked.
promise you, I wasn't.
You
I have
was
an
there was
education, babe. I
the
have a
reality
diploma.
is the
So I
reality
don't know what you're talking about.
the only reason why you're applauding single moms is because you was raised by one.
But I also was
And
raised
to be
by one
honest, that
and
just
came
shows
out
me
of a household better.
that just shows me the level of your intellect because there's no way you
No,
believe that
I'm
BOK
not
females are
sitting here
not
saying
failing
that
if you
it's
believe
better.
that
I'm
single
saying
moms
that
took
I
responsibility.
don't feel like they're failing. You told me to show you where they're not failing. And
You
I
didn't
would
show
say,
me
I
nothing.
told you, I said
All
that
you
the
showed me
responsibility.
is that you was
Are you going to
raised
let
by
me
a
speak?
failure.
Are you going to let me speak? Or are you just going to keep speaking over me? Because that's very disrespectful when we're trying to have a conversation, you know? I'm willing to answer all your
Go
questions.
ahead.
That's perfectly fine. All I'm saying is this, yeah. You told me to show you where I can show you someone, a way of black women being successful. And I would say that
Be
me
okay.
growing up, sorry, be okay women. Me growing up, I have had a mother and a father, like I said, my father's still present in my life. If I need to call him right now, I can call him. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, he's still there. I'm just saying in the sense of, like, my mother, she had a option. She chose right, and now she's doing better. She has 3 kids that are not. No one's in no gang. No one's out here in prison.
Okay.
Okay?
Zai,
All have
whatever your name is.
education.
Hold
I'm
on,
trying to show
Zai.
you that yes, maybe you were
Hold
brought
on,
up
I
in a
get
broken
it.
home,
Listen,
but
hold
it's
on.
not
Listen,
always a bad thing.
everything you're telling me is anecdotal, okay? You're just telling me personal experiences that proves nothing, okay? And to
Like
be
I said,
honest,
I don't know
it
who
doesn't,
type of black women you're talking about.
hold on, say be okay. No, so then the reality is you just, what you're really saying is, I believe that my mom was successful. That's all you're saying is, I believe that because I was raised by a single mom, she did a great job because I turned out to be okay. Don't know what you do with your nyash. Don't know how many body counts you really have. Don't know how
Probably
many
less than
relationships
you.
she failed. So the reality is, your whole basis on this is based off personal experiences, which is from failure.
But
To be
that
honest, you're
can also
proving
be
me
known
right. You're
as
proving me
a
right
statistic
because
I have lived it.
BOK females have the highest single mum rate, and here you are
So would that
telling
make my
me
dad a
that
single dad
BOK
then?
females.
Would that make my dad a single dad then? Even though he was present in my life.
Of course, if they're not together, what did you think?
I mean, but they still co-parented. I was still at
They're
my dad's
still.
house as much
It
as
doesn't
I was
matter.
with my
They
mom.
are single. The word single has a
It doesn't
meaning that
matter.
they're
My
not
mom's not
together.
single anymore. But like obviously at that time,
Is
yeah,
she
she
with
was
your
for a few
father?
years. No, she's not. She's with my
Oh, so
youngest
she's just
brother.
getting her cheeks clapped by another man. Okay,
No,
then.
she's with my youngest brother's dad.
2 baby dads.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness me. Complete community box.
I mean, I
And
don't really
somehow
see it
you
as
want to
that
use
way.
that. You want to use that as an example of success.
I mean,
Multiple baby dads, multiple
like I
pitneys
said,
everywhere, and that's success to you.
everyone
Couldn't
lives
even
life
get
once.
married.
Everyone lives life once, and everyone makes mistakes. No one has a
Yeah,
blueprint
everyone lives
how to
life
do.
once, and clearly
So,
a lot of females love
so
opening their legs multiple times.
I agree with you. I feel like a lot of females should close their legs, but sometimes, it happens, and sometimes as humans we make the wrong mistakes. But I feel like I said, I'm gonna stick by this. I feel like it depends on what you do after you've made your mistake. Are you gonna sit there and dwell on your mistake, or are you gonna sit there and suck it up and
It's
deal with
too
it?
late. It's too late.
It's
You
what
already
then?
failed. It is too late.
How did she
You
fail?
have already failed because the reality is you made a broken home. You can't fix
But no
that.
one's broken.
You can't fix that. It's a
None of
broken
my
home.
family,
2
none of
baby
my
dads.
families are
No, it's a
broken.
broken home. It's
How is
a
it
broken
broken?
home. There's 2 baby dads. Mom somewhere out there getting
How
her
is that a
cheeks clapped
broken
by another
home?
baby dad. How can you?
No,
How are
sorry,
you so
her
confused
husband.
by
Sorry,
this?
her
This is how
husband.
I
Her
know you
husband.
was
Sorry,
raised.
her husband. Her husband.
It's 2
Not
baby
another baby
dads.
dad.
Where's the other baby
Doesn't
dad? Where's the
matter.
other baby dad? Where's the other baby dad? So she's
What do
got
you
2
mean?
baby dads. She has 2 baby dads.
Her husband is the second one, ma'am,
Yeah, so
sir.
where's the first one? Where's the first baby dad?
Which is my dad. They're not together. My dad's in
Oh,
a
okay then.
relationship
So she
himself.
has 2 baby dads. It
It
don't
doesn't
matter whether the
matter.
man's a
It
husband. She
doesn't.
has
It
2 men that
doesn't
nutted
matter. It
inside her.
doesn't. It
What don't you
doesn't
get?
matter. It
She
doesn't
has 2
matter.
men that
It doesn't
nutted
matter.
inside
Are
her.
you
That's
married
just
though?
a
I'm
fact.
23. No, I'm not married, and
It's
I'm
a
not looking to be
fact.
married
It's
anytime
just a
soon.
fact. It's just a fact.
Listen, I
Okay?
understand what
I'm
you're
not
trying to
offended. You was
say.
raised by a single mom.
I'm
I
not
don't really
offended
care what you got to say
either.
about me.
I'm not offended either.
But the
But
reality is everything about that is degenerate. And somehow you can't comprehend how it's a broken home. And you only get these single moms pitneys that say this dumb stuff. And that's how you know they don't actually know what a healthy household is. You
I
only
know
have
what a
these
healthy household is.
you only
Even
have
though
these
it wasn't
daughters that
something
were
like
raised by
where
these
he was
failures
lazy,
that
maybe,
can't comprehend
but
that
nobody was
when
a
you don't
failure,
have a
babe.
father in the
I am
house,
an
it's a
A-level
broken
student, babe.
home.
I don't know who's a failure. I'm so
You lack
confused
that
what you're talking about,
experience.
but
That's why
I
you
don't
don't
lack that
understand what
experience.
I'm
I
saying.
fully
You
had
don't
it.
understand what a
No,
healthy
no.
household is because
I
you've
think
never
what's
had it.
healthy
You
is
don't
that my
understand it.
parents were
You
able to
don't get it.
overcome their
Your
animosity
parents got their
and they
cheeks clapped.
grew. It
She got
doesn't
her cheeks
matter.
clapped
So
with
did
no ring
yours.
on her
Wait, let me
finger.
ask you a question.
Of
Are
course,
your
it
parents
doesn't matter
together?
because you was
Are
raised
your
by
parents
failure.
together? Are your
Of
parents
course, it
together?
doesn't matter because
Are
you
your
was raised by
parents
failure.
together?
You don't
Are your
understand
parents together?
success. You
Answer
will
my
never
question.
understand
Are
success.
your
You won't
parents
understand
together?
success. You
Are
won't
your parents
understand
together?
it. I get it.
Are
You
your
don't
parents
know
together?
nothing
Okay,
about a
so your
two-parent
parents are not
household.
together. That's what it's
You
given at
don't
this
know
point.
nothing about a two-parent
I don't
household. You're
need
broken
you. I
record.
grew up
You
with
sound
both.
like
I grew up
every
with both my
other
parents. I don't know what
hyena's
you're trying to
daughter.
say. Like, I grew
You
up with
are
both
a
my
broken
parents. Like,
record. Just like
I'm not,
every other
babe. I
single mom,
promise
this is
you
what they
I'm
push
not.
out.
I
This is
promise
what they
you I'm
push
not.
out.
I
This is what
promise
they
you I'm
push out.
not.
You can't
Listen,
comprehend
I
how
have
a
both my
two-parent
parents.
household is
Both my parents
unhealthy.
cooperated to the point of where we had birthdays with them in the same household. How many parents can you say
Wow,
that
that
can do
sounds
that?
like a dream,
So
isn't it? Oh
that's
my
my
God,
point, though.
two-parent
My
household.
parents are actually a great
Wow, I'm so
example of
jealous.
not
Oh
being
my
able to
God,
be
you got two
together and
daddies.
doing better.
Oh my God, I'm so
That's just
jealous.
it.
You got
Like I
two
said.
daddies. Your mum
So,
got busted by two daddies. I'm so
and what
jealous.
did
Oh
yours
my
get
God,
busted
you watched your
by?
mum be a community
And what
box.
did yours get busted
I'm
by? Because
so
you're assuming you're a
jealous.
single mum,
You was
babe.
raised by a
Assuming you were
community
raised
box.
by a
Oh
single
my
mum too,
God,
babe.
I wish I was you. I wish I was
I
you.
don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe you
no
should.
father in the
I'm good
house.
looking. I
No
got both
father in the
parents.
house. Oh my God,
Stepdaddy
girl, how did you
too.
do
Got
that?
gifted more for my
You was
birthday.
living your
Like,
best life when there was no father in the house.
but he
You was
still is
living your
though.
best
I can call
life.
my dad right now and ask him to pay for your rent,
Wow.
bro. That's
I'm
how
so
serious it
jealous
is.
that you never had a
Can you?
full-time father.
Can you, babe?
I wish my
Can you,
father
babe?
disappeared on me. I wish
Can
my
you,
father
babe?
was flaky. I wish.
Can you,
Oh my
babe?
God. You are living every
Of
woman's dream,
course.
having a single mom who's getting busted
Of
by two baby
course.
dads.
Of
That's
course.
every
Of
woman's
course. Of
dream.
course.
Of
Of
course.
course.
That's success to
Of
you,
course. Of
right?
course.
I
Of
get
course.
it.
It's just giving
Yeah,
you're mad at
because
this point. I just
you
told
couldn't
you that
use.
it's a
I'm not
mentality.
mad. You're just stupid.
It's
That's
giving
really
you're
what it is.
mad. How is
How
that
am I mad
stupid?
by a failed female?
Okay, let
I'm
me show
mad
you then.
by a
Let me
single
explain to
mom.
you. Let me explain to you why you're mad then. Because obviously, let me
Why am I
simplify it for
mad?
you.
Why?
Let me
Go on.
simplify it for
I
you.
would love to know
Listen,
why I'm mad.
I just told you, yeah, that my parents had two choices. My dad could have just effed off and did whatever he wanted to and did no. My dad made a mistake and he decided to come back and do what was right because he knew what to do. My mother already had that type of mindset. So both of them came together, aligned, and said, you know what, we're going to do right for these children. Even though we can't be together because we don't work out together, we're still gonna do right by these kids. So it never really felt like I grew up in a single household. I still had both my if I wanted my dad to come over and my mum was fine, that was perfectly fine. I could do that with my parents. I never grew up in a household where my dad and my mum were arguing back and forth and it was like, oh my gosh, my parents, they just can't get along. Like it's my fault because I was born. Like, bro, I never grew up like that. Like I said, my brother's in Dubai right now about to go to New York to go play basketball properly. My other brother as well, same dad, mind you, is also in uni as well. I'm in uni as well. No one failed in life. No one's quibbling and upset and blaming
Okay,
everybody and
so
hates their
you're
mom and
telling
hates their
me,
dad.
okay,
I
okay,
grew up
okay,
pretty
so
much okay.
okay,
Not just
okay, okay.
that, I grew up a
You're
bad
just
gal
telling me
too
your
because we
lives. You're
look
just
good
telling
too.
me.
But no,
Okay,
because
all
I'm just
right
trying to
then.
understand your
Well,
mindset.
so
Your mindset is
you're telling
horrible.
me. So
You're
hold
trying
on,
to
hold.
say,
I'm
yeah,
trying to
that if you
understand your
make one
logic.
mistake and you have a
Hold on,
child, that's
hold
it.
on, hold
It's your
on.
life
I'm
ends.
trying to
No, people
understand
like
your
you
logic.
are the reason
I'm
why
trying
the
to under.
world
So
is the
you're
way it
telling
is.
me
You
I'm
need to
mad because
understand
you
that you
was
need to
raised by a
forgive
single
and
mom?
forget, babe.
Is that your
No,
logic?
babe. No,
Is
it's
your
given
logic
that
that
your
I'm
mom
angry
got
that you
fucked
was
and
raised by a
left and
single
dipped,
mom?
and that's why you're
Your
mad
mom
because
did
your
because she's
pupa's
the
not in
single
your life
mom.
no
She's got
more.
the two
But
baby
my dad's
dad.
still in my
Your
life.
mom
It
was the
doesn't
one that
matter.
got
And my
busted
mom is
inside
married
and
now.
got
But
left
my
in the
mom's married now
streets.
and she's
And she
very
has
much
two baby
happy
dads.
in a
Two
house that
baby
you
dads.
can't
Two
afford
baby
in
dads
Bethnal
later.
that you live
Two
in.
baby
So
dads later.
what's
You
peace?
was
Like, what
born
are you
out
trying to
of
say? Like, I don't
wedlock.
get what you're
You
trying to
was
say,
born
babe.
out of wedlock.
No,
Your
babe.
parents
It
wasn't
doesn't
even
matter.
married when
And
they
so
had
was
you.
you,
Your parents
babe.
didn't
And
even
so
love each
was
other. They just
you.
wanted to bust
That's
a
why you're
nut.
mad. That's why
That's
you're
all
here
that
worrying about black
happened.
women. But
I'm
what happened to
mad
the black
because you
men?
was
What
raised by
happened
a
to trying to
female.
raise
I'm so
a
upset. Oh
society
my
to let
God.
women know
I'm
how
so
to be
jealous that
better?
your
You're
mom
not
was
trying
in the
to encourage
streets.
black
Oh
women
my
to do
goodness
better.
me.
You're just
Oh
trying to
my
tarnish
goodness
us as
me.
black
I'm
women.
so
And that's where
jealous.
you have
Wow.
failed in life.
Wow.
That's where you
Wowza. You
failed
hit the
in
nail,
life.
girl.
That's where you have
You're
failed,
eating
babe.
it up. You're
You're not
eating
trying
it
to
up.
encourage black women
Yeah,
to do
yeah,
better.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
not trying to sit there and
Encourage
say that,
what?
yes, you can make
Encourage
mistakes and
what?
do
You
better.
females don't want
Bro,
to ever
I'm not
close your
telling you
legs
to
just like your
encourage
mother didn't
being
want to
single
close your
females.
legs. I
I'm
can't
not
encourage you to
encouraging
do
people being
that.
single
Your
moms.
mother
But
couldn't
I'm
even
saying
keep her legs
I'm
closed. What do you
proud
think I'm
of the
going to do
single
for
moms
you?
that have
Your
taken the
own mother
torch for the
couldn't
men
even
that
keep
did
her
not.
legs closed.
I
And
have
you
to
think
be
I'm
proud for
supposed to
them.
teach you?
I have to.
How
I
can
have
I
to give
teach you
them
when
their
your mother
kudos
failed
because
you?
it's not
Your mother
easy.
failed you
It's
when
not
she
easy, and
spread
they
her
did
legs
what they want.
open with your
Who
father who
failed?
never married
Who
her.
failed?
I
Who
can't teach
failed?
you
Who
nothing.
failed?
Your
Babe, I'm an
parents
A-level
failed
student. Who
you
got
when
failed?
she
My
opened
my dad
leg
is still in my
to
life.
your
So what are you trying to
father with no
say?
ring on her
What are you
finger.
trying to
I
say?
don't
I'm
have
so
I don't
confused
have
what you're
the
trying to say.
solution for you.
I'm
I
so
don't have the
confused what you're
solution
trying to
for
say.
you.
Like, it's not
You
making
gotta
no
go
sense to
learn
me
that
right
all
now,
by
bro.
yourself. Of course, it's not making
Like,
sense to you because you was raised by a
the
single
only thing that they
mom.
failed in, yeah, was
Traditional
not getting
values was
married.
never
That's
going to
about
make
it.
sense to you.
But I'm so happy they
Traditional
didn't get
values.
married.
was
generally
never
speaking, I'm so
going
happy they
to
didn't
make
get
sense to
married.
you.
I
Yeah,
generally
you
speaking,
believe that.
my
You
mother and my
believe
dad,
that.
they just
Yeah.
wasn't meant to
Oh,
be
okay
together,
then.
and
All
that's
right then.
perfectly fine.
Yeah,
My
of course
mum
they weren't
found
meant to
love,
be
and my
together,
dad has found
duh,
love
because she
too.
was getting her
My
cheeks
dad's in a
clapped.
nice,
Of course they
lovely
weren't getting,
relationship.
of
My
course they
mum's
weren't
married.
meant to be
So
together. Your dad
yes,
just
they
wanted to
wasn't,
bust
and that's
inside
just
her.
it.
Your dad
But
just
he
wanted to
stayed,
bust a
unlike
nut. That was
yours.
it.
So what's
That
tea?
was
What's
it.
good?
That was it.
But
That
that still
was
stayed though. Where's
it.
yours?
That was
Where's yours?
stayed
That's why you're out
where?
here
Where
making
did your
these
dad stay?
prompts.
Why didn't he marry your
That's why you're
mother?
out here making
Why
these
didn't
prompts,
your
bro.
father
You
marry
call
your
my dad
mother?
right now.
Why?
You wanna bust
Why
my dad?
didn't
You
your
wanna lick my
father
dad?
marry your
You wanna
mother?
lick my
Why?
dad?
Why?
What you
Why
finna
didn't
say or
your father
something?
marry your mother? Why?
Because
Why
they
didn't your
didn't
father
work
marry your
out. My
mother?
mom didn't want to be
Because
with
he
my.
just wanted to bust a nut. That's why.
My mom
Your
didn't want to be
father
with my
didn't
dad.
marry your
Clock it.
mother because he
My
just
dad
wanted to
wanted my
bust a
mom.
nut. And your mother
My
was
mom didn't
just
want to
in the
be with.
street. That's why they conceived you
Clock it.
out of lust.
Clock it.
Okay?
Yo,
The
clock it, bro.
reality
Nah,
is
bro.
you don't know nothing about traditional values. That's why
Just
the
say
only example you could
I never said
use is a single mom. The worst
I never
example
said there's
you
nothing
could
wrong with
use.
that. I never said
You
there's nothing
said
wrong with that.
single moms are
I
successful.
want
They are
people to be in
failures.
traditional
They
households.
are
Amen. They should.
failures.
Amen. They should. But
Failures.
I'm just saying,
And they
I'm
failed
proud
you
of
because
the
you can't
people that
comprehend
have
how a
taken the
single mom
torch
household is
in life. When
broken.
life tears
How
them
could you be
down and
so
when they make
dumb that you
mistakes,
don't
instead
understand
of being
when you don't
depressed
get
and crying like your
married
mother
and you have
about that
children
one man that
first,
left her,
then you
they're
would get a
trying. I'm
healthy
proud of women
household?
like
Why don't you understand? Of course, you're proud
I
to be
came in health.
degenerate. You was raised by a degenerate.
I'm
You're not proud of traditional values. You're not
this.
proud of being feminine.
I am.
You're not proud of being traditional, but you're
I am
proud
proud
of
of
the fact
traditional.
that your mom got busted inside by your father with no ring on her finger.
I never.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. To be honest, I'm glad you're half Asian because if this was a fully BLK Fefail, it would be more embarrassing. So at least some of that degeneracy is going to another nation because this is just a new level of stupidity.
You told me to give that I should be proud of black women. I never said I'm proud of them
Say
for being
BLK,
single moms.
please.
I said I'm proud of them for keeping the torch when everybody, the people that were meant to be there, like the men in their life, left
No,
them
they
and they're
didn't
still
keep a
raising their
torch
kids.
though.
But
They
they
didn't
are though,
keep a
because they're
torch though.
raising
No,
them
they're
kids
not.
by
No,
themselves.
they're
They're
not
taking
because they have.
responsibility.
Listen.
They're
If
taking
they were really
responsibility.
keeping, no, they're not
Bro,
taking
I just don't understand what you're trying
responsibility.
to say.
That's
Like, no,
dumb
bro,
to say.
listen,
They're
sometimes,
not
no,
taking
you have to
responsibility.
love,
If
you
they
have
took
to,
no,
sometimes,
hold on.
sometimes, no,
You
I
keep
just said people
saying
make mistakes in life, babe.
no,
You're not
it's
listening to
not
what
a
I'm saying.
mistake. It's not a
No, but it
mistake.
was
It's
though.
not a
Listen,
mistake to
listen,
spread your
listen.
legs
No
open.
one, no. But listen, generally speaking, yeah, you already know how the world is. If a woman sees sexual things from a young age,
Say
yeah,
sexual, please.
sexual things from a young age, yeah, she's going to be more hyperly sexual active. And that's not her fault. People should have showed her some things from young, and even young men as well. Why are people knowing about that app,
That's
that
not
black and orange
majority.
app?
Do you know
Why
that's not
why are young men
majority?
knowing about the black and orange app
Zai,
from
no,
young?
Zai,
Why
that's
are
not
older kids
majority.
showing men that? But this is my point though. No,
Zai.
you are
No,
trying
no,
to
you're
sit
not
there and say
making a
it's a wrong
point.
thing.
Hold
But all
on,
I'm trying to
hold
sit there and say,
on.
yeah, is that listen, some people made mistakes in life.
It's not a
That's
mistake.
fine. No,
This is
but
what
it
you don't
was though. It
understand,
was
Zai.
though.
No,
But it was
it
though.
wasn't a
Because no
mistake.
one
So you're
knows
saying
how
it's a
to get
mistake
through
to
life
open your
unless you are a
legs?
proper Christian and
No,
you've been
it's not a
Christian from
mistake. This
young.
is this
That's
is
my point.
why this is why
Sir,
Fefails are
ma'am,
failing
ma'am,
because
all
you
I'm trying
think
to say,
opening
yeah,
your legs is a
ma'am, all I'm trying
mistake.
to say,
That
yeah,
is
is that,
ridiculous.
ma'am,
That
ma'am,
is
ma'am,
ridiculous. They
ma'am,
chose to open their legs.
ma'am.
Opening your legs is not a mistake. It's a consent. They consented to open their legs, okay? They knew that this man was going to pump, okay? They chose to get naked. They chose to do everything else and let the man pump and dump. That's not a
Just,
mistake. Listen,
I'm not taking
these
offense to
BOK
this, even though
Fefails
she's, keeping
these
about
BOK
people's
Fefails
mums.
consciously chose to get their cheeks clapped. That's not a mistake. So let's cut that crap out.
Like I said with you,
They were just dumb enough to open their legs with no ring on their finger. That's what it was. It was
I'm
pure
gonna
sheer
say, because
stupidity.
like I
It's
said,
not a mistake.
I'm not saying that you're not wrong, but what I'm saying is that you're lacking empathy in the sense of people do make mistakes in life. Sometimes people think that they're doing the right thing when they're not. Sometimes people
How
fall
is
in love.
getting your cheeks clapped
Are you gonna
making
let me
your
finish?
wait?
Are you going to let me finish, ma'am? Sometimes people fall in love with the wrong person and they think they're doing the right thing. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying the ones that did that and they took responsibility instead of putting their child in care, like some of these crackhead, what do you call
Smackhead.
smackhead, tissue looking women, same color as tissue, yeah. Yeah, and some of these, BLK women too, that be putting their kids in child homes. All I'm saying is that those type of women that have decided to know, you know what, I'm gonna take responsibility. I made a mistake, but this child deserves the best life I can give them. I'm not talking about the ones that are out here still partying and doing the wrong things and still open up their legs for man. I'm talking about the ones that knew what they did was wrong, that want to do better for their kids and did that. I'm not talking about the ones that didn't learn their lesson the first time and out here with 3 kids.
Okay, so this is the issue, Zai.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
No,
I
I'm trying to say,
understand what you're
that
saying,
some people make
Zai. I
mistakes.
understand what you're saying, but
saying?
this is.
You know what I'm trying to say?
I understand what
Like,
you're saying,
you
but
don't
the
understand it.
reality. Hold on, Zai. I understand what you're saying, but the reality is: one, opening your legs is not a mistake. Two, majority of single mom households fail. Okay? Majority of them fail. 70% of all teen pregnancies come from single mom household. 80% of all prison inmates come from single mom households. A good 85 of their children have dysfunctional behavior, come from single mom household. 71% of children from fatherless homes drop out of high school come from a single mom household. So it doesn't change the fact that, okay, they kept the baby to try and be a great mother, which they never was. It doesn't change the reality that they failed them. Those children are always going to be put at a disadvantage. It is what it is.
Listen, I know so many mums, that have not regretted their decision, but they regretted the person they got with. So if we're going to talk about BOK, let's talk about BOK men as well then, because I feel like they play a very big part in this as well then. Would you not agree?
I think majority of the blame goes to BOK Fefails.
Okay,
not the
so
men.
guys, you know what, ma'am, have a blessed day.
Yeah, just like it was your mother's fault for having you and no ring on your finger. Okay? I know these BOK Fefails struggle to take accountability. I get it. Your mother failed you, and you will never see why. Okay, so I'm going to quickly acknowledge the super chat, and then I'm going to let the next panelist up. Okay, then. So D, thank you for sending $10 said former CPS worker in America. The worst outcome for a child is foster care and single mother home. Best outcome is single father and nuclear family. A SM cannot effectively nurture and provide. Facts on facts. Snatched Adams, thank you, sent $5. A mother keeping the child and not unaliving it is the absolute bare minimum. I don't understand why females paint this as a strength. I know, right? They actually think, wow, keeping a baby that you chose is somehow a great thing. It's just dumb. That's how you know these females have no standards. You think keeping a baby is somehow a win in life. Eric Jordan, thank you, sent $2. Female always defend the sisterhood and their funk up. Yes, that's because that's the only thing they have left. Snatched Adams sent $2. She's comfortable with being labeled a mistake. Of course they're comfortable. That's how they be able to live with their failures in life. You have to be in denial. Thank you, Derwin Walker, sent $5. Remnant, you are marvelous at analyzing. Thank you. I appreciate you and your support. Okay, then. So I'm going to let the next panelist up.
Okay, so I want to be respectful because the way I was going back and forth just now, it wasn't respectful on both parts. Now, I feel like you're saying a lot of valid points in terms of, like, I would say, BM culture.
Down. Okay, hold on. Slow down. Do you agree with the prompt? The prompt is, why are BOK females, it says women, but I say females, failing in society? Do you agree?
I don't agree with the prompt. And the reason I don't agree with that is because instead of blaming this on black women, which I understand you're trying to say we got to take accountability.
Please.
Oh, be okay, women, which I understand people have to take accountability. But the thing is, y'all not talking about how these systems were put into place. These systems were put into place. I'm talking about American history, Black American history, BLK American history. I don't know where y'all from. I don't know where the commenters are from, but this the thing. Being a single parent was put onto Black BLK women by YT people. It was literally made to break apart the BLK family. Y'all don't know that though, because y'all not
yes, we
from
know
here.
that. We trust me. We hear this from BLK Fefails.
So
but why is it? So hold on.
let's blame the people who it really is.
Okay,
who really started the problem.
Okay,
That's the thing.
We understand the problem started years ago. So how come in 2026, 2025, 2024, 2020, 2021, 2022,
Okay,
2020,
so if
2019,
slavery
hold on.
if slavery
How
was
come
that long
you
ago, how come
BLK
racism is still a
Fefails?
thing then?
Hold on,
You talking about that, but you're not like.
Hold on. How come in modern times you females still can't be able
Well,
to
not
have any
you,
type
because
of
I don't got
decorum
no
or
kids.
standards?
So not
I'm not
you,
talking about
them.
you personally. I'm asking you a question. So you told me you told me everything that we know about the US and the system being put in place. We understand that. People know this. This is at this point it's common sense.
Okay,
But
so the
today
narrative
in 2026, how come BOK Fefails 2025, 2024, as I stated, can't be able to have any type of decorum or any type of standard to live by? And still want to blame the system for their own poor choices.
Because the system is still what keeps a lot of people down. The system is still what keep all of these single Black fathers you talking about in jail. Where the woman is not the one sending them to jail, and the men is not the one doing all of the bad
So
stuff
why
most of the
are they-
time.
no,
It's a
no,
lot
no,
of
what
Black,
does that
it's a
have
lot
to
of
do with
BLK
BLK?
men
What does that
put
have
in
to
jail
be?
by the system.
What does that have to
taken
do
away
with BLK Fefails? What does that have to do?
because
you're talking about criminals.
You're talking about I'm not talking about criminals. I'm talking about the BLK men that were
We're not
wrongly
talking
put
about BLK
into
men. We are not
that
talking
were
about
wrongly
BLK men.
put into
We're not
jails
talking about. We are not talking
because
about them.
those are
How
the
come BLK?
because those
No,
are
no,
the
no.
ones
There
leaving
are
the mother
plenty. No,
single.
there are.
Those are some of the ones leaving the mother single.
That's not
And
majority.
I don't have to take accountability for nothing because I
That
don't
is
got no
not
kids.
majority.
So
The reality is majority. I understand. Yeah, there may be some BOK men that were wrongly put in prison, but majority in 2026 definitely do belong there. So really what you're saying is they chose to be criminals?
You're
Is that
just
what
a
you're saying?
coon
They chose?
because if you knew,
I'm just a coon because
you're
BOK
just a coon.
females
I'm
can't
trying to
keep
tell
their
you, you're
legs
just a
closed.
coon. You're not even from America. Let's start there. You don't know what
Okay,
goes
and you
on
came
here.
on my
You could be
panel. I'm
walking.
not just talking about females in the
kids
US.
was a boy not killed for walking down the street with a hoodie
Say
on and a pack of Skittles in his pocket?
unalive.
I'm not
That has
saying that.
nothing to do.
I'm not. I'm saying the
Hold on. That has
real
nothing.
because you're
Listen.
you're trying to
No,
say that you're just.
Brittany, you are a classic victim. Okay? Use TikTok friendly language. You are a classic victim. What you BOK females do is want to cry about the system because you can't be able to keep your legs closed, because you can't be able to find
But I
a
don't
man
got no
that can't
kids
stay
though.
out
That's
of
the
prison.
thing. I could do that, but I'm saying
not talking about you personally, dummy. I'm talking about the collective. Please keep up with the
this
conversation.
dummy stuff.
All
I'm
right.
trying to get
So
your
the
live banned.
reality
Actually,
is,
that's what I'm trying to do.
it's
Because
BOK
a lot of the stuff I'm
females
saying, I'm not trying
chose
to
to
be a
be
victim.
criminals
I'm not trying
who
to
are
be a victim, but
incarcerated.
what I'm
But
saying
you
is,
are. You
no,
are
I'm
a
not.
classic
I
victim.
don't have to be a victim because I don't have no kids. I'm not a victim to nothing. I'm not a part of that.
You are
I'm not a
literally
part of
blaming
that,
the
though. That's the
system
thing.
because
No.
BOK females open their legs.
Because I'm blaming the system because a lot of the stuff is embedded into people's head. So you was bringing up the point before to another person saying that, oh, they think it's cute to be a strong.
2026. It's
But
2026.
listen.
Everyone knows this.
Y'all,
Hold on. Brittany, I thought BOK females were the most educated. So how come they're not educated enough to make the right choices?
But that's the thing. Listen, you're saying that, okay, all these people, they're wrong and it's just no, but I'm saying this stuff that was implanted into the community, it doesn't just, this is, we still in the same generation. It's people who, you know what they did? Do you know what they did? The reason how they
I don't.
broke up the families is still
We
living
know
people in
this.
this
Everyone
generation.
knows this,
So how can you
Brittany.
expect,
Brittany, you sound
the
like you was
mindset
born
to disappear
yesterday.
when we're
Everyone
still
knows
in the
this.
same
Was you
generation?
born
It's still
yesterday?
people
We know
alive this
this.
day.
We know this. We know this. But we're not talking about history. We're talking about the
But
present time
that's your
today.
problem. The
No,
sooner you
that's not my
realize
problem. See, you
you
be
so
okay.
busy
The
trying to put
soon you
down
be
them,
okay,
you need to
Fefails
be putting down the
realize.
white people that's suppressing us. If we could put them down, then we
No,
could be
YT
up
people aren't
1,000.
doing
That's
this.
the
That's a damn
problem.
lie. That's not the problem. Okay,
It's
so Brittany, tell me. I have a
generational.
question for you. Are YT? So how is it YT people's fault that BOK females destroy their families and initiate divorce?
Okay. So this is the thing. These systems, I'm not talking about from slavery also. I'm
Answer
talking
my
about,
question. How is it
but
YT's
listen,
people's fault? Answer the question. It's a very simple question. How is
Wait,
it
look, do
YT's
you know
people's
that food
fault
stamps
that
were only
BOK
given to
females?
women without a
Hold
man in the
on, just
house? Do
answer
you
the
know that, right?
question, Brittany. Brittany,
So-
answer the question. How is it YT people's fault that BOK females are choosing to divorce their husbands?
That's not even the question we was talking about originally, though.
I asked you a question, so answer the question, please.
Okay, I don't want to answer that question. I want to talk about what I want to talk about.
No. You said, why am I not blaming the YT man? So if you take a look at the divorce rate,
Wait,
BOK
I'm not.
females
Wait, listen,
have
listen,
the
listen.
highest.
Because you're not really
Brittany.
letting me talk. So I feel like if you would just let me
Brittany,
talk a
because
little bit.
you're just repeating yourself.
Bitch,
You're telling
shut
me
the fuck up.
about historical
No, because I'm trying to get
facts.
to the
Oh my
point, but every
goodness
time
me.
I talk, I keep getting sidetracked.
Look at this ghetto hyena. Listen, no swearing on my life. Okay.
Bitch.
You are a typical ghetto hyena.
Fuck.
Okay, act right. Act
Bitch.
right. The system ain't making you act like this. It's your parents who failed you. Honestly.
Hello?
All right, welcome. Is it Maz? Welcome, Maz. Can you please address the prompt?
Hi. So I'm going to be respectful about this because some of the people who are here aren't, right? I don't agree with the prompt personally. I'm not going to sit here and blame white people for it either.
Say YT, please. YT.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I'm not going to blame white people for it either. But I just feel like we need to acknowledge that a lot of, black people who
Oh, I'm not sure what happened. Do you want to re-request before I let somebody else up? I'm going to give you about 5 seconds and I'm going to let somebody else up. I did not drop her. She just dropped. Maybe her phone unalive or got a phone call. I don't know. But anyways, we're going to keep it moving. It's been 5 seconds. Okay.
It's me.
Okay, Amanda, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Okay, so I disagree, but I've got a question to ask you.
Why do you disagree?
Well, because I just think the statement's wrong. That's why
All
I
right,
disagree.
then.
Anyway,
How old are you? You sound very young.
I'm 18.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, my question is, do you consider yourself a colorist?
No.
No. Why no?
Why do I not? Because I don't think that someone that is light skinned is superior to someone that's dark skinned.
Right, but the way you act towards like black females, like right now you
Say
just went
be
to
okay, please.
BLK. You went to her, oh, you're ratchet, here we go.
Yeah, she was acting ratchet. Did you not hear that foul mouth?
Okay, but what's the like? Okay,
What does that have to
let's
do?
move
What
on
does that
from
have to do with colorism? That has nothing to do with colorism. Me calling someone a
It's just
hood rat.
your whole everything. This point about you being a BLK woman yourself, and then you're out here bringing down other BLK women.
Yeah, because
Like,
they're
yeah.
degenerates. Someone has to do
Okay,
it.
and how are you
Well,
not
you
a
want me to be a
degenerate?
part of that?
I'm not saying you should be a part of it, but in today's society where we have people like Trump running worlds like America, you think it's normal to bring down other BLK women?
Yes, of course. It's very much
Why?
normal because
Why?
BOK females are failing their own community. That's why.
But then who are you to decide that it's a major thing?
It is a major thing when it's affecting the community that you're in.
Yes, but then it's you're acting as if it's like, okay, let me think. Let me put this in right words, TikTok friendly. It just doesn't make sense because
It does make sense.
it doesn't.
BOK. So you don't think it's a major problem that BOK females have the highest unaliving rate, unaliving unborn babies? They have the highest compared to every other nation. You don't think that's a problem?
No, because it's their right. They can do what they want.
You don't think that's degenerate?
No, because everyone can choose to
Okay, I
unalive their
see.
baby. It's their choice.
It is a problem.
Yeah, but if it
It
was
is a
degenerate,
problem
yeah, but if it was
because
degenerate,
it,
it would be an issue to everyone.
it's
Like,
not an issue with everyone when theirs is not as high.
okay, but why?
Majority of Asians are not unaliving their unborn babies. Majority of whiteys are not doing it either.
But then how does that make them failing in society? It's their choice.
It makes them failing in society because clearly they have the lowest standard. Really think about it, right? We're in 2026, okay? And we have access to education. We have access to contraception. We have access to nearly everything. We don't live in a second or third world country. We live in a first world country. So we as women, even BOK, we have more privilege than a lot of other women in other countries. And somehow you still can't be able to live accordingly without having to unalive your unborn baby. Somehow you can't seem to do anything better than open your legs just to unalive your unborn baby. There's a problem with that. There's a problem when you have the highest.
Right, but then there's obviously other races underneath that where the
No, there's
statistics
no, it's not underneath. Well, it is underneath because it's lower,
yeah,
but they
then,
have the highest.
But then that just
There's a problem when BOK females. There's a problem when BOK females can easily unalive their unborn babies more than any other nation. There's a problem there.
And that's their choice.
And that's why they are failing in society. Because every other nation is not doing that.
So then that one factor alone just identifies one main reason why they're failing in society.
No, not just that. You can take a look at they have the lowest marriage rate.
Okay.
Compared to every other nation. No one is marrying BOK females, but they are definitely getting their cheeks clapped.
Okay. That's gonna happen. It's society. People don't want to get married. It's their choice.
Yes, I understand it's their choice, but then let's take a look at the outcome. Everyone has a choice, but how come every other nation, they're getting married, they're having families, they're building communities, while BOK females are just being community boxes? Don't you think there's a problem when every other nation seems to live a higher standard, but BOK females can't even live up to any type of standard?
Or maybe it's society that's the problem. And
how is society the problem?
Because
How?
maybe these women aren't getting married because black men, BLK men, don't want to be with BLK women. YW, whatever the abbreviation is, doesn't want to be with BLK woman. How's that their fault?
Well, why would they want to be with someone that is very promiscuous and very masculine? Do you think men want to be with a masculine woman?
So BLK women are very masculine.
Of course they are.
What makes them very masculine?
I mean, when you have the highest AB rate, the highest single mom rate, and the lowest marriage rate, then you aren't feminine. That's not how a feminine woman behaves. A feminine woman makes traditional choices.
Okay, but that's just your assumption.
It's not my assumption, it's reality. A feminine woman is a very traditional characteristic trait. You do know that, right?
Yes, I'm aware.
Okay then. So if being feminine is very traditional then she's not going to be a baby mama. She's not going to unalive unborn babies. She's not going to be selling her box. BOK Fefails also have the highest S work. They're more likely to go prison for having S work. So it's problematic all over.
I just think it's a wrong statement overall. Like, yeah, the statistics where you can say, okay, females are doing this while other races are doing this. Okay, yeah, but in a time like this, like I said before, in the society that we live in this 2026 day and age, putting a statement out like this is just wild.
It's not wild, it's
It's
literally
wild,
a fact.
coming from
It's a fact.
female
It's
herself.
literally a fact. Even when it comes to cheating, BOK Fefails compared to every other nation are more likely to cheat.
But then how does them cheating affect people in society?
I never said it's affecting people in society. It's affecting their community, but not everyone in society. Like, it's not affecting the Asian women or the whitey women because they clearly are upholding their own traditional values. What I said is they're failing in society, but it affects their community though. Yes, that does affect their community, but it doesn't affect society. No one cares about BOK Fefails failing. Everyone's just doing what they usually do. Get married, be feminine. No one cares. You fail, you fail. It doesn't affect society like that.
Okay. If you say so. I just think it's crazy. As a BOK woman yourself, you are sat here taking your time to do this.
Of course I am. BOK Fefails are taking their time to get their cheeks clapped. And you're surprised I'm doing this?
Were you made out of wedlock?
Is that any of your business?
Well, because
you can't even prove anything to me. Of course I can. These are proved by stats.
I told you.
These are proved by stats.
Okay.
I'm not speaking anything from my own experience.
Okay, but
these are stats that were backed by the government.
Okay. But I asked you a question where you made out of wedlock.
And I'm not going to answer that. Why would I tell you that? If you had any brains, if you had an inch of wisdom, or maybe an inch of intelligence, I don't think you have any wisdom, an inch of intelligence, then maybe you would know the answer to that.
Well, it's probably yes.
Thank you anyways.
Why can't you share
I am going to drop you.
You're pathetic.
Yes, so are you. Okay, moving on to the next person. Princess M, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Hello. I disagree with the prompt.
Okay, why do you disagree?
Just one reason why. I just feel like a lot of cultures, like the YLT culture, the Asian culture, I don't know how to
that's fine, don't worry, yeah.
I feel like them cultures, they have a lot of wedding cultures. BLK cultures like Jamaica, the Caribbean. I would say Africans, they do have culture with weddings, but BLK, Americans, UKs, they don't have culture with marriage. So I do feel like that also.
Okay. I'm just going to interrupt you there. I am talking about Western society. So I'm talking about the BOK Fefails who live in the West. So they live in the US, the UK, Europe.
I said the UK, I said the US.
Okay, then. So what's the point that you're trying to make? You got me a bit lost.
What I said is they do not have culture within weddings. So that's why a lot of BLK women don't see the reason to get married. There's no culture. I'm saying African people, they have culture. That's why African people, there's a high percentage of marriage.
Not in the UK, no. That's a lie. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. BOK Fefails. BOK in Western.
There's not a lot of culture within the BLK community.
No, BOK. No. That's a lie as well. Listen, in the UK, okay, you have a lot of these. I don't really want to say Africans, but say AF, right? A lot of AFs in the hold on. In the UK, in the UK, you have a lot of these AFs who definitely have culture. They know their language, they know their food, they know their names, they go back to their home country, like what's it called, Dirty December, and shake their nyash, get their cheeks clapped and come back and still don't get married. So they know their culture. They know what they're doing. So that's just a damn lie. Especially in the UK, BOK Fefails know where they are from and know everything about who they are. And they choose to be degenerate.
And you are talking about BLK African women who were raised in the UK. They were raised in the UK.
Say AF, please. Say AF. Yes, okay, they were raised. They were raised in the UK, and they were they were raised in the. It doesn't matter. Even the ones that leave, even the ones that leave their home country and come to the UK, they choose to start shaking their nyash. I don't know why you're so confused. They know their culture. They don't care.
No, I'm not confused. I'm just simply saying, you are saying they're going back to their country. But at the end of the day, they was raised in the UK, so they have already gotten that UK culture within their mindset. So whether or not everyone's gonna go back to their country, because at the end of the day, they know where they're originating from, right?
No, they didn't. No, they don't have this. No, that's a lie. Let me tell you something. That's a lie. They didn't. No, that's a lie. Because if they really wanted to follow the UK culture, really is just YT people, they would have gotten married. YT women are still getting married. YT women are still building communities. So they're not following. Hold on. They're not following anyone. They're just doing what they want to do. That's just the reality.
But they had their culture from how many years ago?
They still have their culture. I don't understand why you are separating them from their culture. They still have their culture. They are just degenerates.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they was born in the UK. They grew up.
It doesn't matter where. Listen, yeah, they were born in the UK, but they still know where they are from. They still know their language, and they choose. For example, how come Indians in the UK still get married and have the lowest marriage rates? They're not in their country. They're not in their homeland. How come they can be very traditional compared to a BOK Fefail? What's the difference? What's the difference between an Indian who lives in the UK and an AF?
Indians came over here. Some of these Indians who are over here in the UK nowadays came by choice. They came here by choice. Most of them nowadays. I'm saying nowadays, let's say that.
No. It doesn't. They all chose. Majority, that's a lie. Majority of BOK people in the UK chose to come here. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Majority of BOK people chose to come to the UK. What are you talking about? We're not talking about the US. They didn't come on ships. Majority of people in the UK chose to come here.
And that was most of those BLK people.
So what's the difference then? What's the difference? An Indian chose to come here and a BLK person chose to come here. So how come the Indian can still be traditional? Answer the question. You're not answering the question.
A wedding culture.
Answer the question. Indians have a wedding culture. What are you talking about? Indians have a very traditional...
Caribbean. I said a lot of Caribbean people do not have wedding culture. So
hold on, princess. Hold on. Don't worry about the West Indies. For example, what's the difference between a Nigerian and an Indian? They both are heavily cultured. They both have a very strong ties to big marriages. How come the Indian is still being traditional compared to the Nigerian who's getting her cheeks clapped? What's the difference? They both chose to come here and somehow they can remain traditional. What's the difference?
You have to talk. I don't understand that question.
I know you don't. Why don't you understand that question though? That's the real question. How do you not understand it?
I've seen a lot of BLK AF people who have come here in the olden days, them older people. I've seen a lot of them married So I really don't understand that. I've seen
They're
the
not.
chorus
No, be
marriage.
okay.
If you're
Be
talking
okay,
about the people in
Fefails.
our generation,
You
I can
know,
say
they have
they
the
grew up
lowest marriage
here,
rates
so
in
they
the
got
UK.
into.
They have the lowest marriage rates in the UK. They're not getting married. They have the lowest marriage rate and the highest marriage rate. So they're just being
Yeah,
community
I
boxes.
think if you're
So what's
talking
the
about our
difference?
generation, that's what I'm saying. If you're talking about
No,
our
we're
generation
not
who were
just talking about our
born
generation. We're
here,
even talking about the millennials. A lot of these baby mums are 30 and 40-year-olds as well.
who were born here in the UK, who have
It doesn't.
adapted
We're
to the
talking about
UK
Western society,
culture.
princess. Is giving low IQ right now. Okay, I'm trying to have some patience, but it's like I feel like I'm just talking to a wall at this point. I'm talking about Western society. Of course, they were born in the UK.
Hello,
I
how
didn't drop
how is
her, she
everyone?
dropped, by the way. Okay, Aaliyah, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
I don't agree. And before we begin, right? I will let you
What?
know that I do know that this is your platform, but Fefails is very discriminative, and it is
Yeah,
also
I
very.
don't care. They're all
And
females.
it's
So
okay
can you
because you
please
want me
address
to.
the
But
prompt?
being respectful means, right, that you want me to say YT and BLK. I would respect if you don't say every BLK woman is a failure. So to
Yeah,
begin.
majority of BLK females are
Okay, so
females.
including you because you're a BLK
Okay,
woman,
if you want to say I am as
right?
well, cool. I don't care.
Okay.
Majority are.
So to
Now,
start
please
off, let
address
me
the
tell you.
prompt.
So to
Do
start
you
off, let me
do you
tell you,
agree
I
with the
don't
prompt?
agree. I told you
Why?
that from the beginning.
Why?
Now, I'm going to let you know that I study this. I have a doctorate in social psychology in the US, and I will let you know why. Now, mainly because just like a lot of your other participants that came up here and stated, because there are variables, right? So
Thank you, China.
when we talk about statistics, right? Statistics means that we have to consider the variables because we have to measure the validity and the reliability. Now, you said mainly black women or BLK women, excuse me, BLK women in the West. You said they're failures. Now,
Yes, I did.
I want to know the resource and the statistic that said that they're failures. Can you
If
cite
you
me that?
do, okay then. So let's take a look at
Okay.
who has the highest unaliving unborn babies. Let's take a
Okay.
look at who has the
Where
lowest
though?
marriage
But
rates.
statistically where? Statistically
Why
where?
don't
The
you know
US, the
this?
UK?
I thought you was
No, no,
qualified.
no, no,
Why
no, no,
haven't
no.
you
I
done your
want you
research?
to
No,
tell
that's not my
me. I
job.
want you, if you're going to state a fact, I want you to differentiate where
Listen,
you're talking about, right?
Aaliyah. I'm gonna be
Because
real
the
with you.
UK and the
Hold on,
US are very different. Very
Aaliyah,
different.
Aaliyah. Listen, Aaliyah, okay?
Remnant.
You came on my live telling me about all your qualifications, how you're psych
Absolutely.
this, psych that,
Absolutely.
and you're
Absolutely.
telling me now to do the
Uh-huh.
research for you?
No, no, no. I'm asking you to
Why didn't
clarify.
you
It's
use
called
the little time that
clarification.
you had? Why didn't you use the
It's
little time
called
that you had to fact check
clarification,
me?
honey. It's called clarification.
No,
If
that's
you're
not
going
my
to
job to
state
do for
something,
you.
if you
That's not
are
my
going
job to
to
do
be
for
a
you. No, I'm not.
spokesperson for
That's
an
not my job to do
entire
for you. I'm
race,
not your
right?
secretary. I'm not your
If you're going
secretary,
to be a
Aaliyah.
spokesperson for all of us, we
I
need
never
you
said I'm
to
a
have the facts
spokesperson
and
for you,
where,
BOK
right?
Fefails. I never said I'm a spokesperson.
Including yourself.
Who told you that? Who
Including
told you I'm a
yourself. Are
spokesperson?
you not
Okay
on
then.
TikTok? Are you not on TikTok stating
I'm
this?
not a spokesperson. I don't know
So
what
then
you're
what do you
talking
call
about.
yourself? You're bringing awareness to what?
I call myself Remnant Princess.
Okay, but what are you bringing awareness to?
I'm here to debate Fefails.
Okay, so
It's
you
just
are
that simple.
online right now with a BLK woman who unfortunately isn't a failure, who unfortunately, in your turn, or I guess magnificently, is married and in the
Okay
West,
then.
right? However,
Okay.
I see the discrepancies in the variables that you're not mentioning. So I'm asking you for clarification. That's what people with high
Okay.
IQs do.
If you want me to cite you all of
Uh-huh.
my sources, you either have to pay me or do your own research.
I've done my research.
Because that's not my job.
But I've done my
job is
research.
not to, my
I've done
job
my
is not to, listen, my job, hold on, Aaliyah. My job is not to give you all of my sources.
Yeah.
Okay? Your job is to prove me wrong. There's a reason why I said prove me wrong.
All right, but I am proving you wrong because I'm asking you for clarification on your claims.
If you have any sources, listen, if you know any stats, tell me, share it.
Okay,
I'm not going to ask you
no.
what
I'm
I
going
would
to give you
do.
one stat right now. I'm going to give you one stat right now. Okay, when you look up in the NIH right now, you could do it right now. NIH. When you look up single motherhood, right? In America, it's in America, not the UK, by the way. Differentiation. When you look it up,
I got
single
that from the
motherhood
beginning,
in
trust me.
modern
I
society.
can't miss that.
Single motherhood in modern society, right? Where it has a majority of variables. I need you to go and look that up. Okay? I need you to go and fact check yourself.
Listen, can you just tell me the stat?
I gave it to you.
What is
I
this?
gave it to you. I gave it to you.
What was the information you gave me?
But I'm sorry if you don't understand what the NIH is.
Oh my goodness me. This is incredible.
It is incredible. It is.
You know,
do you know
sound
what
like
the
an
National
auntie.
Institute of Health is?
You sound like an auntie right now, and
You
it's
sound
a
like
shame. I can understand if you was 18, if you was 19, but you are way too grown to be this slow. I'm not being funny. You're way too grown to be this slow. What are you trying to prove right now? What are you trying to tell me? Just tell me. What are you trying to tell me?
You don't know nothing about your history.
Okay, then. What?
You know nothing.
Okay, so
of
you
your
gave
history.
me the site, the source.
I gave you a site.
What are you trying to prove right now?
What I'm trying to prove to you is that your claim is false. In 2024, if you even look on the NIH in America, Black women are the most educated here.
The most? Oh, give me a break.
Absolutely.
Come on.
It's a fact.
Aaliyah,
It's
please.
a fact.
Aaliyah, who qualified you? Huh? The smackhead across the road?
It's a fact.
It's Asian women. What are you? That's a lie.
Do your research.
Asian women are the most educated.
Why
are you lying?
You don't do your research,
Why are you lying? BOK Fefails are not the most educated.
I know you don't do your research.
I know you don't, because you're just lying. You're just lying at this point.
You don't do
you
your
are
research.
just outright
It's
lying.
Okay. I understand.
You are outright just
if you
lying,
want something
Aaliyah.
to prove your claims, then that's okay.
You are just lying.
If you want
Fefails are the
more
most.
of
They are
something
not.
to hate
Let me
yourself,
tell you
that's
something.
okay.
Compared to BOK men, yes, they are more educated than BOK men. But compared to whitey, Asian, that's a damn lie. I don't know what it is you're smoking. Maybe you're seeing things. But you are just outright lying. Asian women are the most educated in the US and in the UK. Don't lie to BOK Fefails like that, Aaliyah, because you're making them dumb right now. You are dumbing your own sisters. The sisterhood, the sister code that you Fefails love, you are dumbing them down. Because there's no way on earth you actually believe that's true. You Fefails have the lowest marriage rate, the highest single mom rate, and you think you're going to be the highest educated? No, let's be logical for a second here, people, please. Yeah? Let's be logical for a second. BOK Fefails have the highest single mom rate, the lowest marriage rate, the highest AB rate, and Aaliyah wants to tell me they are the most educated?
Highest depth leaving education.
Do you know, I'm trying to figure out, are you dumb or are you slow? I'm trying to figure out which one is it, because there's no way you actually believe that lie you're telling me. There's no way. For you to be the most educated, we will actually see that come into fruition in reality. We would see the education. We would see the intelligence. You BOK Fefails have none. That's why you get your cheeks clapped by Tyrone and Pookies and Ray Rays that you Fefails love to talk about. I know you know about Pookies and Ray Rays because you're from the US. So you definitely know about Pookie and Ray Ray clapping them cheeks. If anyone knows, you do. So please cut the crap, Aaliyah, okay? I don't know what psych ward you are qualified in. I don't know what psychiatrist. I don't know what professional you're in. But I'm just glad that you are just being degenerate with your sisterhood, because that's how you all are failing. Aaliyah, you can unmute.
I know. I love it. I love when a BLK woman gets up here and hates herself. I love it. I love it.
Don't say that word, please. Say
No, but
disdain
you
or
do.
dislike.
But you do. You hate yourself.
Yeah, don't use that
Yeah.
word, okay? You can
You're
say
a
that. Just say
colorist,
dislike.
right? It's colorism, honey. I'm calling
Oh
it a
my
fact.
goodness
I'm calling
me.
it what it is.
Colorism, really?
It
You
is.
BLK Fefails make me
Absolutely.
laugh. How am I a
And you
colorist?
are a part of the problem.
How am I a
You are
colorist?
part of the
Please.
problem.
Please entertain me. Entertain
You're
my
a
mind
part
for
of
a
the
minute. How
problem
am I a colorist?
because you are a part of that BLK female that you claim.
Okay then, but how am I a
When
colorist?
Amanda got up here and she said, "Do you come from a family like that?" You got upset. You got emotional because it hit a nerve. Now,
that
the
doesn't
people
explain
want
how
to
I'm a
know, do you or do
colorist.
you not?
But that doesn't explain how I'm a colorist. How am I a colorist?
How are you a colorist? What does colorism mean?
It
What does
means
ism mean?
Okay, I don't know what ism means, but colorist
Right.
just
So if
means
you
that
don't
you
even know the
prioritize.
suffix of ism, then you got a
Okay,
problem when
Aaliyah,
it comes to
answer my
IQ.
question. How am I a
Sorry.
colorist? Like,
How
you're
are
not
you a
answering the
colorist?
question.
Oh,
Yes,
excuse me.
explain it.
Excuse me.
Like, what is wrong with
Colorist
you? Are you
bias.
struggling right
Let me
now?
say that. Bias against your own people.
So because I'm biased
Bias
against
your own
BLK people, I'm a colorist.
Absolutely. You
That
hate
doesn't even
yourself,
make any
huh?
sense.
You hate
That
yourself.
doesn't even make any
You come
sense.
from a BLK woman.
That doesn't mean I'm a
You
colorist,
come
dummy.
from a BLK family.
What have I said
But
about
yet
dark-skinned
you
people
don't
and
support
light-skinned
your
people? Like, you're not
community
making any
because you
sense.
validly
How
go
does that
against
make me
it.
a colorist?
Because you go against your own.
But that
And you
doesn't make
don't
me
like,
a colorist.
you hate BLK. You
Oh,
hate
jeez,
us.
man.
That's what you
Okay,
do. You hate
you
us.
can't use that word, okay? You're just a new level of dumb.
She can re-request.
You can re-request if you want to, Aaliyah. But I'm going to quickly just acknowledge the super chats. Give my mind a bit of a break from that. Okay, then. So thank you, Eugene, who sent $5 US. Brittany, the system is keeping...
You can give your mind a break, but
Hold on, Aaliyah. Let me just acknowledge the super chat, and then you can enlighten us with more stupidity. Eugene, thank you for sending $5 US. Brittany, the system is keeping you down because you let it keep you down. Snatched Adam sent $5 US. Thank you. The truth like garlic to a vampire. The truth like garlic to a vampire is an anathema to the BLK women. Did that hyena just say BLK Americans don't have culture? Yeah, I don't know what she was on about. Eugene still said $5 US. Yes, blame the system and not blame yourself. Continue playing in the victim Olympics. That's their favorite sport. Their favorite sport is to be a victim. If anyone's a gold medalist in being a victim, it's BLK Fefails. Love to watch it every day. You will see it. Derwin Walker sent $2 US. Eugene and Remnant, I agree. Thank you. I appreciate you. And we got Snatched Adam sent $10 US. Thank you. BLK women are more enrolled among BLK men, Hispanic women. That's it. And they wear it like a badge of honor with their 40, 50K salaries and massive student debt loan. I know, right? Most educated, apparently. And yet you can't even afford to live your life. I'm not going to tell you anything about me.
Exactly.
Why would I do that?
Exactly.
Okay, then.
Right. Okay. So, all right. When you're talking about issues surrounding BLK people, I think that you want to be qualified for it.
No, you don't have to be qualified for it.
I think you should, because then it's just an opinion.
It's not an opinion if it's backed by facts.
But not your facts, though.
It is backed by facts.
Not
Well,
yours, though. Not
do you think
yours.
BOK? So are you saying are you saying it's a lie that BOK females have
I
the
think
least
that
marriage
when you
rates?
are, I think that when you are in a
Just answer my
society
question.
that
Is it true
not,
that BOK females have the lowest marriage rate?
I think that marriage is not equitable in our economy right now.
Just answer the
Let's just
question.
start
Do
there.
BOK females have the lowest marriage rate? Yes or
They
no?
may. They may.
It's
They
not they
may.
may. It's a yes or no. You're a doctor. Come
They
on.
may.
Like
They may.
I'm expecting
But
a little
who
bit of a
has?
quicker
We don't
response.
have the lowest. We
You
don't
do
have
have the
lowest.
lowest.
We don't. Says who?
Oh
What
my goodness
resource?
me. Every government source in the US.
Please tell me though. Tell me what government
Why
source.
don't you know this?
No, I
So you
want
don't
you
think
to tell
so
me. You're
are you
stating it.
no.
You're
It's your
stating
job to
it.
do the research.
You're stating it though.
It's your job to do the research.
No, it's your
How do you not
job
know?
to state it if
You're
you're
a whole
spewing it.
doctor. How do you not know
It's
that
your
BOK
job to
females?
state it if
No,
you're
no, Aaliyah.
spewing
Let's
it,
be
huh?
logical for a second, right?
No,
Aaliyah,
let's be logical. Be logical
you
with
are a
me.
whole doctor. Hold on, Aaliyah. You are
Okay.
a whole doctor. How come you don't even know that BOK females have the lowest marriage rates compared to every other nation? Why don't you know
and
this?
and you want to know what? I'll agree with you. However, now when we go into that conversation again, I want you to state the variables as to why. So you said be logical. Now let's be logical.
The reason why majority of BOK females have the lowest marriage rate is because they're degenerate.
Now, is that a fact or is that an opinion?
It is a fact. It's a fact.
Is it a fact or an opinion?
It's a fact.
Now, please tell me where is that statistic at? Because they're degenerate.
Well, like I said before, the highest single mom rates and the highest unaliving rates. The highest ones to initiate divorce as well.
Okay, and you got that statistic from the U.S.?
Of course, these are governmental sources in the US. Like, this is basic. Honestly, Aaliyah, this is just basic. It's just basic common knowledge.
US though, because from my sources, it says that Caucasian women have the highest rate of an abortion.
No, it's
in America.
BOK. Say AB. It's BOK females who do. And the reason why as well. I don't know why you don't see that. YT women are more educated, not the highest, but they're more educated than BOK females, and they have the highest marriage rate.
Here goes another fact, and you can look at it. Is that why their culture and their race is dying?
Acism.
I'm just saying.
Unaliving. In Western society, birth rates. Hold on. I understand. Birth rates, hold on. In every nation in Western society, birth rates have gone down. So it's not just YT people.
Now,
but they still have.
No.
They still have. But they still have.
It's been a controversy for YT people, though.
Yeah, I understand that. Of course, because they're very traditional. So they're going to care about that. But BOK females don't care about that. Yes, they are.
No, they're not. Now,
they are getting married. They're still getting married. In the US, they're still getting married.
Remnant, listen. In America, a lot of the reason why their birth rates are going down is one, because they're having children too late. Because they're more focused on school. That's not traditional, right? And then also, they do have the highest rate of AB.
No, they don't. That's a lie. Aaliyah. There's literally, it's literally a historical, Aaliyah. It's literally a historical fact that they put clinics in the hood in the US. They purposely put clinics in BOK areas.
Okay.
So the fact that you want to argue that is crazy to me.
But do you know who are?
So the reality is BOK females have always had the highest AB rates because they purposely put it there.
To me, this sounds like hate, hon. Sorry, because there is statistical facts that back what I'm saying.
Aaliyah, you lied and said BOK females are the most educated.
And
so
you're
just lying. As a whole doctor, why are you lying? Do you know it's illegal to be lying as a doctor?
Look it up. And I told you could look it up.
You are just lying, Aaliyah. Why are you in denial?
told you
See,
you could
I
look it
can't
up,
stand
though.
disingenuous
Right.
Fefails like you.
And I can't stand
I don't
BLK.
know. I don't know where you got your degree from. I don't know where you got your qualification from. Probably in an alleyway somewhere. But you see, this is what you get with these Fefails, is
I
they
can't
lie.
stand it. I'm gonna tell you why right
They
now.
can't be
I'm gonna tell you
able.
why
They
right
can't
now.
be able. They
If you
can't be
give me
able
the
to prove me
opportunity to
wrong.
tell you why
So
right now,
all
I'm gonna
they
tell you
do
why right
is
now.
lie. That's all they do is lie. They don't actually care. They just don't want to be seen as failures.
I am going
Why should
to
I listen
tell
if
you
you're just
why,
going to lie,
Remnant.
Aaliyah? Why should I listen if you're just going to lie?
No,
Why should I listen if
No.
you don't even know
I'm
what a
gonna tell you
colorist
why.
is? That's one. Okay,
I'm
you
going
don't
to
even know who's
tell
the
you
most
why.
educated. You don't
I'm
even
going
know
to
who has the
tell you why,
highest
because
AB
it
rates,
is,
and you're a
hon.
whole doctor. You are
Because
an
it is.
outright bird brain.
It is
See,
absolutely ridiculous.
when you came on my panel, I really was hoping that I
You was
may
hoping
get
what?
a little bit of a fruitful conversation, because you came up saying
Unfortunately,
I'm
I don't go
educated,
against my- I
I'm
don't go against
educated,
my
I'm a
culture, hon.
doctor, but all you're doing is
Unfortunately, I don't go
lying.
against my culture,
All you're
though,
doing
hon.
is lying.
I don't go
You're
against
just
my culture. I
lying.
fight for my culture, not
No,
go
you don't
against
fight.
it.
You fail.
fight
You
for
ruin
it.
your culture.
I
That's what you
fight
do.
for it.
You
I
destroy
fight
it.
for it.
You destroy
I fight
BLK
for it.
Fefails. That's
Okay?
what you do.
I fight
That's what
for
your
it,
that's
hon.
your
I
best
fight for
talent
it,
right
hon.
now, is
I fight
destroying
for
your
it.
community. You don't
degrade
fight
it.
for nothing.
You
You
degrade
fight
it.
for nothing other
You
than
degrade it,
degeneracy.
though.
That's
But you
what you
degrade
do.
it.
You are
And
the
you hate
blueprint of
yourself. You hate
degeneracy.
yourself and you
That's what
degrade
you are.
it.
Take a good look in the
You
mirror.
hate
All you
yourself
do
and you
is
degrade
destroy
it,
your
hon.
society.
That's why you can't speak on the
That's
household
why
you
you
come
lie.
from. That's why you
lie
can't speak
because
the
the
truth.
reality is you don't
But
want
that's
to
why you
admit,
can't speak
you
your
don't want to
truth,
look at the
hon.
reality that
But
BOK
that's why you
Fefails
can't speak
are
your
not
truth, hon,
succeeding.
because you are ashamed, hon.
I'm a what?
Just why you can't speak your truth, because you ashamed. I fight for my culture. I don't degrade my culture. I love BLK
You don't fight
culture.
for anything,
Okay?
Aaliyah. You don't
I do.
fight for
That's why I'm in
nothing.
the position I'm in. Because I fight
No,
for
you
it.
don't fight for
Yeah,
nothing.
I do.
You're just another BOK
No, I
Fefail
do.
that
And you're
lies.
just another BLK
That's
female
that's
that you
all you do.
call.
You
You
just
come
lie. You
from
don't
it.
prove
And you
nothing.
hate yourself.
You
You
don't
hate
prove
yourself
nothing.
because of it. There's two people in this world. People like you and then people like me.
Yeah,
I fight
degenerates.
for
That's who
my
you are. There are
fight for
people
my
like
culture.
you who
You
lie
degrade
to
it.
BOK
You get
Fefails
online and you make
and
us look like
enable their
fools.
degenerate behavior.
You get
That's what you
online
do.
and make us
You
look like
enable
fools.
degenerate behavior.
You
Yes,
get
there's people
online
like
and
you
make us look
exist.
like fools. You get
No, you do it
online.
all by
If you came
yourself.
to the US,
You
let
do
me
it
tell you
all by
something.
yourself. You're doing it
But
by
let me
yourself,
tell you
Aaliyah.
something. If
You
you
are the
came
one
to the
making yourself
US,
look like a fool. I'm not
if
doing
you
it for
came
you.
to the
I'm
US,
not doing
you
it for
would
you.
be considered
I'm
a
not doing it for
BLK woman
you.
and get
I'm not doing it for you. You're doing it all by yourself. You're the one making yourself look like a fool. You're great at it as well. That should be your full-time job, not being a doctor. Being a fool should be your full-time job. Okay, so I'm going to acknowledge a super chat. Thank you, Darren Walker sent $2 US. A hood rat with a doctorate, educated fool. I know, right? That's exactly what they are. Okay, so we have Essence. Welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Yes. Why are Black women failing in society?
Be okay, please.
Okay, be okay. Are you referring to be okay women as in regards to Americans or just in general?
In Western society.
Okay, in America. So the reason
Not just okay. You do know that Western society is not just the US, right?
So what other
So you don't know that
melanated
Western
people-
society is not just the US.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure other melanated groups of women from other countries participate in Western society.
Where's
But it
Western
stems-
society?
Excuse me?
Where is Western society?
That stems from America or the United States now.
Oh, Jesus.
That's the culture of The United
Western
States.
society is a culture? How old are you, please?
Ma'am.
No, I need to know. Are you? I just need to know because you don't know what Western. You don't know what Western society is.
Western society. So every time when people refer to Western society, they're talking about the United States. So I'm confused on what you're talking about.
Have you ever read a book in your life?
Ma'am, why are you keep on asking me questions instead of enlightening me on what you're talking about?
I'm actually genuinely shocked
I don't
that you don't know what Western society is.
I just told you what it was. It stems from the United States.
Okay, then. Western society doesn't stem from the United States. It actually stems from Europe. Okay.
Okay, and white people.
It just means Western world.
Europe.
Oh my God.
I don't get what you're talking about.
At the next light, turn left.
I know you don't. I know you don't. I know you don't understand what I'm talking about, and that's what's shocking is you live in Western society and you don't even know what it is.
The United States is not ran by Europeans, which are white people.
Western society.
White people come from Europeans. What do you mean?
Okay. Western society.
It comes from Europeans.
Western society.
White people are Europeans.
Hold on. Western society refers to a diverse culture, norms, and values stemming from European history.
White people came from Europe.
YT, say YT.
YT people came from Europe.
Oh my God. Okay. Western society is not just based in the UK. No, the US, sorry. Got me even a bit confused.
Migrated from European countries over here to the United States. So then what are you talking about?
Essence. Western society did not stem from the US, okay?
You said Western it stems from Europeans.
Yes, it stems from Europe all the way to US, but it is not just US culture.
They migrated from European countries over to the United States, and therefore they hold the same customs for where they came from, their lineage of people. So what are you talking about?
Yeah,
I'm confused.
I know you're confused,
I'm really
and
confused.
sometimes you can't speed people
you
up in
acting
life.
as if I don't know.
Okay,
where
that's just the truth.
From.
There's a saying you can't make the horse drink the water. So we're just gonna move on.
Europeans.
Okay, we understand that. Well done. All right then.
Okay,
so why
that's where Western society comes from.
Oh, okay then.
Correct?
That's fine. No, listen. I
Yeah,
tried
you
to
said
tell
that,
you.
no?
I tried
You
to
said
tell
that,
you.
no?
I tried to
You
tell
said
you.
that, right?
Essence.
That,
I'm going to
right?
move on now.
Western
I'm going to move on.
Comes from Europeans,
Okay.
correct?
All right then.
So
that's what you believe. That's okay. We can move on. Okay.
No, that's
we
what
can
you
move
told
on.
me, man.
We can move on. We can move on. Essence.
Are Europeans.
All right then. Essence. We're gonna get back to the prompt. So why do you disagree? I know. Let's just move on. You're confused.
I'm really confused.
We know. Let's move on.
I'm confused, man. Because you thought I didn't know, right?
Okay. All right. I thought wrong. Oh, yeah. You are very intelligent. We know this. Yes, we know. You're very intelligent. I'm sorry. I'm the dumb one. I'm the dumb one. Yes, I'm the dumb one. I put my hands up, Essence. I'm the dumb one. Okay, no, we're not going to talk about Western society anymore. We're going to move on. We are going to Essence. I said you are right. Let's move on.
Okay. No, I'm wrong. I want you to enlighten me, man.
No, I don't need to do anymore. Let's get back to the prompt, please. Okay? No, you was right. You're right. You're right. Okay, let's move on.
I want you to open up my mind, ma'am, and tell me where the Western society came from.
Oh God, listen, please.
You told me I was incorrect, so please enlighten me, ma'am. Where did the Western society
this is off
from?
topic. This is off topic now. Okay?
You brought it up, man.
Yeah, because I thought it was going to be a quick conversation. I did not think it was going to drag.
I'm wrong, man. Enlighten me.
No, let's move on now. Let's get back to the topic.
I need to be educated.
Let's get back to the topic. If you want to learn about Western society, You can
I
go
want to
and
know.
do your own research. I'm not your teacher. I'm not here to
Then
teach
why
you
did
about
you
Western
bring it up?
society.
Because I came to respond to the prompt.
Because you
And
asked
you
me.
came at me with what is Western society?
Essence. Let me answer your question. You asked me if I'm talking about the US, and I told you no, I'm talking about Western society. But then I realized you didn't actually know what it was. Now, I didn't think we was gonna continue this conversation as long as
Ma'am,
it
I
did.
said no,
Okay?
ma'am. I said that
Let's move
normally
on,
when people
Essence.
refer to
Let's
Western
move on.
society,
It's not a good
they're
look.
referring to the United
I'm
States.
trying to help you. Let's
That's
move on.
what
I
I
don't help
said.
Fefails enough.
And you told
Okay?
me that
Let's move
Western
on.
society came from Europeans and white people came from Europeans. So therefore, they hold the same values and belief systems. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, that's fine. Let's move on now. Okay?
Yeah, now you want to
So,
move on. Okay.
yes, that's fine.
Okay.
Let's get
That's
back
fine.
to the
Go
topic. So,
ahead.
why are
Yeah.
BOK females failing in society, please? Do you agree?
Yeah, no, I do agree. I agree that black
Say BOK.
women are failing. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. There's this echoing and it's hard for me to speak cuz there's this echoing.
I don't know where it's echoing.
Hold on, let me see something real quick.
Maybe you got a speaker on. Maybe you got your headphones on.
Okay. It was my Bluetooth. All right. So, in regards to why are BLK women failing in society? Well, they're failing in society because the society that they live in is not ran by BLK people.
Okay, then. And what do you think the solution to that is? How do you think BOK females can succeed in society? What do you think the solution is?
The solution is that their men, BLK men, need to go find some territory and create their own nation.
Okay, then. How can BOK men do that if their own BOK woman is combating them?
The only reason why their women is combating them is because their men is not providing the basic essentials that they need to survive. We're living with our enemy.
That's not the question. The question is, how can BOK men do that if their own BOK woman is combating them?
Well, BLK men can't do anything because they live in a patriarchal society. So they're being beat upon not just by their women, but by their enemy.
Yeah, it's not that BOK men can't do anything. It's that BOK men are busy combating their own women. See, this is what happens is when you now are fighting your own women, you don't actually have time to fight bigger issues. So how are they supposed to create their own nation when BOK females are combating them, emasculating them, unaliving their babies? How do you expect that to happen?
Does BLK men need their women to stroke their egos and to stroke them in order to go to work?
It's not about BLK men. Because
that's what you're talking about.
No, because
you
hold on, Essence, because this conversation started from, well, you agree that BLK women are failing. So I asked you, then what's the solution? You said the solution is the BLK man.
Yes. No.
So then I asked you, I asked you, well, how do you expect the BLK man to do A, B, and C if the BLK woman is combating them? So we're still talking about how would
BLK women combating their men?
Who has the highest divorce rates compared to every other nation?
Give me an example of how
I'm asking you who has the highest divorce rates?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Because most BLK women are not married.
Yeah, and the ones that are married, they have the highest divorce rates. You know, divorce rates exceeds the marriage rates. It's not it's not a minority.
It is a minority.
It's not. It's they have the highest. So compared to
Ma'am,
every
no,
other
no.
essence,
No,
compared
ma'am.
to every,
Ma'am, let me tell you. How can you say,
every other.
ma'am, how can you say BLK women are the most single mothers, and yet you're trying to tell me that we're divorcing at the highest rate when you know
Yes.
damn well that most of us is not even married. So what are you talking about?
So we're talking about the ones that were married. Okay.
Well, that's the minority.
It's this is the
That's
point.
not
So
the
there
majority.
this is what
The
I don't think you
majority of
understand.
BLK
Essence. I
women are
don't think
not
you
beating up
understand.
on
So
their
this is
man.
let's
No, I
let me.
completely understand.
No, you don't.
Yes, I
Let's
do,
get this. Let's
because
hold
I'm a
on.
Black
Hold.
American. So how
Say
don't I know
be
about my
okay
own
because
people?
you don't. No, you don't
Yeah, I
understand
do
the
know.
truth. You
You're
don't.
trying to
No.
tell me that we have the highest single motherhood, so therefore these women are not married, and that's the majority
Okay,
of
so
it.
let's break
So
it
you're
down.
talking
Let's
about a
break it down.
minority of women.
Let's break it down. Let's break it down. All
That
right.
doesn't make
So
sense.
yeah, it doesn't. So I'm trying to break it down. So yeah,
No,
we
what you're saying doesn't
understand.
make
So
any
I'm
sense.
trying to break it down. So we understand that majority of BOK Fefails are not getting married. And the ones, even if it's the few that
minority.
are married are still initiating divorce higher than every
And
other
you know why?
nation.
Let me tell you why.
So
'Cause they're
hold on,
men.
essence.
Let me tell you
Hold
why.
on, and
Let me tell you why.
hold on. So compared to every
I
other
would love
nation,
to tell you why.
compared to
Because we don't have a
okay, go on.
nation. Black Americans don't have a nation.
So you agree then that they have the highest divorce rates compared to
Yes,
every
because
other
they don't
nation?
have a nation.
Oh, please.
And I said that in the beginning.
So that's why BOK females are divorcing their husbands because they don't have a
Yes.
nation.
Yes, because we don't have a nation. We don't have our own country. We don't
So
have our
why
own
don't
state.
I'm not being
Even
funny, but that's a
animals,
very dumb answer.
I'm
not trying to be funny, but that's a very dumb answer.
Even female animals have
That is
that.
a very, very
Even
dumb
female
answer. How
animals have that.
Essence, how do you expect to build
Even
a
female
nation, right?
animals have their own territory that is
Okay,
protected
essence.
and
Okay,
provided by their men.
let's use your logic, right? So you are saying that BOK people don't have a nation. So how do you expect to build a nation when you divorce your husband?
Because why would we stay married in a society and be comfortable underneath the thumb of our enemy? No.
So how do you expect to beat your enemy if you destroy your families? That doesn't make any sense.
No, we don't need to have families underneath our
What do you
enemy.
mean you
We
don't
need
need
to
to
be
have
comfortable.
families?
No, we don't need to be comfortable
Essence.
underneath our enemy.
So you don't
What do
think
you
need families to conquer?
No, they need to get us a nation first. They need to get us a country first, and then we can come together and we can have all these babies and families and all this extra shit.
No swearing.
Okay, all this
I think
extra
you're very
things
confused.
that
You're very
people have
confused.
in their
How
own
do you
nations and countries.
essence?
What do you mean?
The only way to build a nation is literally by being married and having families
You need
and
to have
teaching
your
your
own
sons.
men provide their women with a nation
A
first.
man can't have a nation without a woman. What are you talking about? Are you seriously that's dumb? I'm trying to understand where's this logic coming from?
Ma'am, when it comes down to having a nation, you have to have your own territory and your own landmass. So what are you talking about?
You know, you don't need your own territory to have a nation. You do know that, right?
Even the indigenous have their own sections and landmass that they are completely controlling and governing underneath their nations, sovereign nations. You understand that, right?
I'm still lost at the fact that
I'm
you don't
still
understand.
lost at the fact that you don't understand that you need land in order to have a nation.
To be a nation.
Yes,
No, you don't.
You have to have your own
oh my
land.
God. Okay, then. So if BOK people in the US are not a nation, then what are they?
We are subjugated underneath our enemy.
No. What
we don't
are
have
they?
a nation.
Oh.
What black nation do you know that's a part of the UN? What?
Okay. So I understand that BOK people are subjugated. We understand this.
Okay, and we don't have a
But
nation. We don't have a sovereign
but
nation either.
you are part of a nation. You are
No,
literally a part.
okay,
You are
and we
literally a
don't
part
control
of
it, and we don't
BOK.
govern it.
You are literally
And govern
you literally hold
and
on.
BOK does
Hold on.
not govern or control the nation that we live in called
Essence.
America.
Okay,
I am not a single mother. I don't have any children because I refuse to have children underneath the thumb of my enemy.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't expect you to have children either. I think that's a great choice you're making because there's no
I
way
think so
this
too.
level of IQ can
Because
come out
my
of you.
thing is like my people need a nation, at least a sovereign nation, in order for me to pop out
Okay,
kids.
so
They need to
let's look at the definition of nation. Let's take a look at the definition. Okay, Essence, let's take a look at the definition of nation. Okay, nation, a body of people having a common descent, history, culture, or language, but without a separate or political independent territory. So are BOK people in the US, are they not a body of people?
No, that's why we're called black.
Oh,
we're not
geez.
even seen as humans in this country. Like, what are you talking about?
So you're not human anymore?
No, I'm saying that in this country, we're not seen
no, we're not talking about the laws. We're talking about the
No,
definition.
yes, we are.
No, we're not talking about the law. We're not talking about the law.
That goes
We're not talking about the law. Essence. We're not talking about the law. We are talking about the definition of the word nation.
The law says in this
We are
country,
talking about the definition of a word. We're not talking about the law right now.
You asked me a specific question in regards to the nation that Black Americans live in, and I specifically
I'm not talking about the nation that they live in. Okay, a nation. The word nation means a body of people. Okay, let's just keep it simple. A body of people, a group of people who have common history, culture, lineage. Okay, that's what nation literally means. So are BOK people in the US, are they not a nation? Do you not have a common history with other BOK men in the US?
Yeah, I'm looking up the definition myself. And when it comes down to the Webster, because the one that you're reading is like the Google one. So let me do this. Let me look up the etymology. Hold on, let me look up the etymology of this word nation. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Answer the question. Do BOK people, do you not... I already read the definition to you.
Yeah, you read the Google definition. I seen that.
No, it's not. It's not
the Google definition.
It's not a Google definition. Yes, this is literally from Cambridge. Okay, it says a large group of people of the same race who share the same language, tradition, and history. So do BOK people in the US, do they not share the same race, tradition, and history?
Do BOK...
You said no.
Ask me the question again. Does BOK what?
So do BOK people in the US, okay, the ones that were born, I'm not talking about anyone that's AF, Nigeria, none of that. The ones in the US, did they not share the same race, tradition, and history?
As who?
Oh, what do you mean as who? As BOK people?
Do we as BOK people share the same race?
Yes, same race, tradition, and history.
However, ma'am, we're not seen as a nation in this country.
No, answer the question, Essence.
I am answering the question. We are not.
No,
seen,
you're
Black
telling
Americans
me
are not seen as a nation in this country.
I don't care what you're seen as. I'm asking you a simple question. You hold on, Essence. Hold on, Essence. Hold on, no, Essence. Please, I'm trying to be patient with you.
American standard in regards
we're not talking about the American standard. We're talking about the definition of words. We are talking about the definition of words.
Ma'am. We're not seen as a nation in this country.
Do you not share the same race? Do you not share the same race? Hold on. Do you not share the same race? Hold on, Essence. Do you not share the same race as Malcolm X, for example?
Ma'am, no. Because there's people who claim to be indigenous. No? Ma'am, let me explain to you.
So you don't share the same race as Malcolm X?
Ma'am, let me explain it to you. What I'm saying
Okay,
is
go
there
ahead.
is people who do not consider themselves to be Black American amongst melanated people. There's this echoing, and I'm not doing it.
There's no echo.
There is an echo. But anyways,
No, there's no echo.
I'm just gonna try to go through the echo, but if I stumble a little bit, it's because of this goddamn echo. So anyways, as I was saying, not all melanated people in America consider themselves Black American, and they do.
If you
And the
think there's
ones,
an echo, you can just drop and come back.
no, I don't. I no longer hear the echo. Oh, now I hear it is again. So I don't know if you muted your mic or what, but when I was complaining
Yeah, go
about it,
ahead.
it was off.
I can hear the echo on your side, but it's not coming from my side.
Well, I don't know how. Now I can't hear the. I don't
It's
know.
fine. Just continue.
So as I was saying, I'ma just try to talk with this echo. All right. So what I'm saying is that all melanated Americans, highly pigmented in regards to skin tone, that is within this country does not consider themselves Black American, ma'am. And because there's other groups of people who consider themselves to be indigenous, and the people who are indigenous and who know a lot about the history of America, and they did their genealogy, and they have their paperwork to prove that they are indigenous to this country, and they're melanated. They do not share the same whatever that little definition that you brought up in regards to the in regards to nation. They don't share the same ancestry. They don't claim to share the same ancestry, customs, language, tradition.
Okay, then. So who does share? So I have a question. So who does share? Who does share that with you?
I'm almost done.
Okay, who? No. I'm. You're kind of. I understand your point. So who does share that with you? I understand there's people who don't share the same tradition and history with you. Who does then?
Because my thing is that you're saying that all
I'm asking you a simple question. I never said all men. I never said that. I never said all melanated people in America. I never said that.
Well, when you're talking about Americans,
who
being melanated and Black,
who does share the same tradition with you then? Who?
There's a certain percentage. I don't know what the percentage is, but there's only a certain percentage that share the same, I guess, belief systems to a certain extent, but due to us not having a proper lineage, we don't follow the same belief systems.
All right. So all right then. So
culture
you
and
said
language,
okay. You answered
like
the question. Essence. Essence. You answered. No, you answered it already. You answered already. So you said there's a small percentage of people.
No, I said I don't know the percentage.
Okay, you don't know the percentage.
I'm pretty sure
okay,
there's a percentage.
You don't know.
I don't
okay,
know what the
you don't.
percentage is.
Okay, you don't know the percentage, but there is a percentage.
I'm just throwing that
well, guess
theory
what?
out
So
there.
Essence, hold on. So guess what?
It's
That's your nation.
No,
That's
it's not.
your nation. Oh.
No, it's not.
If it's not your nation, how come? Okay, hold on, Essence. If it's not your nation, how come you share the same history and same tradition? If it's not your nation,
I don't share the same history.
But you literally, but you did. You said there's a percentage. You said there's a percentage of people in the US.
There is a percentage, ma'am. I said there's maybe a percentage.
What do you mean maybe? So you're your own person. So you don't. So you're not a part of any group.
Ma'am, essentially, I don't know. And I said maybe there could be a percentage, but I really don't know, because at the end of the day, like I said.
Okay, then. So do you have a grandmother? Do you have a grandmother? Do you have a grandmother?
Yeah, and we don't believe in the same thing.
Do you have a great grandmother? Do you have a great grandmother?
Yeah, and we don't believe in the same thing.
Do you have a grandpa?
Yeah, and we don't believe in the same thing.
Do you have a great grandpa?
Yes.
That's your nation.
No, it's not. That is not a proper way of having a nation, ma'am. It's not based off of your family, your immediate family. That's not a nation, ma'am. Let's be honest. That's not even a lineage.
Okay, I'm going to acknowledge the super chat.
What is
Okay
like this
then.
individualism? There's no individualism when it
Let
comes
me.
down to a
I'm just
nation.
going to acknowledge the super chats.
There's no
Okay, Essence. All right, thank you. Okay, thank you, Eugene. Sent $10 RP. I see so many BOK women content creators like yourself. When you hold other BOK women accountable, they accuse you of disliking them. Just keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, they will always accuse me of that because they don't like what I'm saying. But I do appreciate your support. Snatched Adams sent $2 RP. They call you a colorist, but never a liar. That's true. That is true. Timothy sent $5. Thank you. She can't even listen to you. You think she would take instructions from a man? You are having the conversation a lot of men don't have the energy for. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. These are the times where I'm glad I'm a woman. Because after this, I don't have to deal with these Fefails. I don't know how men do it. Well, to be honest, they're not doing it, right? They're literally choosing not to, and I don't blame them.
I don't understand what I'm not understanding. I really don't. But
okay,
thank you.
it's just interesting that you.
Because I agreed with your prompt.
Yeah, you agreed with my prompt, but your logic is so.
How can we deny
you
that
have no
the
logic
reason why
with anything that you believe?
No,
That's just the truth. There's no logic. You don't even believe
you
Essence.
don't want to
Really think
acknowledge
about it.
the root problem of
Essence,
why
you
Black
don't even
Americans are the
believe
way that they are.
Essence. You want to talk about
You don't
nations
want
and building.
no.
Hold on,
Ma'am, you don't
Essence.
want to acknowledge the root issue, and the root issue in regards to Black Americans as a collective is
Say
due to
BOK,
the
please.
fact BOK. The root issue and problem in regards to BOK Americans is the fact that they don't have their own territory, their own section.
Yeah, Essence, you said that already. Okay, but the truth is,
that's what it is.
Okay, yeah, we understand that. Yes, I understand that. But the truth is, Essence, you don't even believe that your own grandma, your own grandpa, and your own grand. Hold on.
There's
I
no
can't believe you actually believe that. That is your nation. Do you know what? I need to move on to the next person. I need to move on to the next person because there's no way I'm having this low vibrational conversation. I'm not even trying to be rude, but you don't even think your own family is your nation. I don't know how you. I don't know.
That's individualism.
I don't even know where to start with that. That's the truth. I don't even know where to start with that. So I'm gonna move on to the next person. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to end with that.
You can keep her. That's cool. You can keep her because I want Essence to see that. Essence, you're very nice. You're very sweet. Essence, come back.
Okay. I don't need.
Look. No. Wait. You said Black women are.
Okay, please just address the prompt first, please. Okay, I'm gonna unmute you.
No. You said Black women have nothing.
Say be okay. Say be okay, please. So I said be okay.
My
Fefails
dear,
are failing in society.
You said Black women have nothing. I'm Black. I'm rich. I'm wealthy.
What are you showing? Oh, jeez. Oh. Okay. All right, well, let's just have last thoughts. You know, this FIFA was crashing out. I don't know what she was showing me. I think she was Anyways, Essence, what are your last thoughts? You can unmute, Essence.
My last words is that people need to consider that the reason why BLK Americans are in the situation that they are in is because when coming out of slavery,
say bravery.
Okay, bravery. When they came out of their situation that
sorry, Essence. Sorry, my apologies. I'm just gonna introduce one more person, one more interaction, and then after that, probably lock off. Okay, so we got N. N, can you please unmute and address the prompt?
Can you hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you well. Can you please address the prompt?
I seem to have an echo as well. But why are Black women failing in society?
Say be okay.
I'm sorry, BLK. So what do you mean by BLK? We just mean people of African descent in general, right?
Yeah, anyone that's BOK in the US or the UK.
So, not continental, just people in the UK and
In
the US.
Western, yeah, in
Okay.
Western
I asked
society.
the
So not
same
just the UK
question,
and the US,
sis.
but it could be in Belgium, France, Spain,
Mm-hmm.
Western society.
I asked the same
So,
question.
so these black women are a part of
Say BOK.
communities. Sorry, BLK, BLK. These BLK women are a part of communities that are failing, which is why they're failing. We're living in sovereignties that aren't our own. We're having to travel out or migrate out of our indigenous lands, migrate to Europe, the US, because our men, right, in these continental countries are not building enough infrastructure. And it's not entirely just their fault. It's also our fault for carrying their children and giving birth to their children. But we're having to migrate out of these countries that they're supposed to build and make safe for us. And we're having to go to countries like Europe, the US, even Asia, just to live tolerable lives, right? And what comes with that is failure, is dysfunction, right? So,
Yeah, it sounds like BOK. Everything that you just described sounds like a BOK female's mind. Everything is very
right.
dysfunctional. You BOK females can't
I
just be
agree.
stable.
No, we can't because we
Well,
live with our enemy.
Well, okay, that may be true, but it's not just BLK women, it's BLK people in general. And things could be easier again if we were able to build something in our homelands, right? A lot of these for example, African women who live in Africa, they have no problem being traditional,
Say
conservative,
AF, please.
living.
Yeah, we're not talking about them. We're talking about the ones
Yeah,
that
I'm
live
just
in
making a
Western society.
comparison. You said what?
Yeah, yeah. What's the comparison then?
Wait, what was that last thing you said? Just to make sure.
I said that we're not talking about the ones in second or third world countries. We're
Okay.
talking about the ones that live in Western society. But you said you're
Right.
making a comparison. So what's the comparison?
My comparison is that the women who live in these other sovereignties that aren't our own, they can't afford to be conservative and submissive and be the way these men want us to be. In order for women, BLK women, to be the women that you guys want us to be, you need to build the infrastructure. You need to give us security and safety.
See, this
Yes.
is what I don't
I said the
understand with
same
BOK. This is
thing.
what. Hold on. This is what I don't understand about you BOK females is you love to talk about, well, we need the nation, we need the land, but meanwhile, you destroy your own community. Meanwhile, you don't want to submit to a BOK man.
Yes,
You are
because
your own problem.
yes,
Don't
because the
you understand?
society,
You are
ma'am,
your own problem. You
the
want BOK.
society that we
Hold
live
on,
in
hold on, Essence. You
pushes
want
that
BOK
narrative.
men. You want BOK men to conquer society. Meanwhile, you are the same people who destroy your own society. Do you see
Okay,
how?
Ma'am,
Do you see how
can I say this
delusional you
in?
female
Hold
sound?
on. And can
so
I say this one thing before you go? Like I said, coming out of the bravery, since I can't say the S
Yeah,
word,
thank you.
yeah, coming out of bravery, we as BLK people, we built our own towns and we built our own infrastructure and villages to where we were completely independent, and there was at least 1,000 if not more, and they were destroyed, and therefore our infrastructure coming out of bravery was destroyed, and then due to that, the white tea people were able to push BLK people into segregation. So, and then the redlining, and then telling the women that in order for you to be able to get welfare, you can't have the man in the house. There's a lot of different scenario or different things that was put upon BLK Americans that you're not even acknowledging.
Yes, we
So
know that, but I'm not going to acknowledge
yeah,
that because
why?
we're not in the past. We're
But
in
why?
2026 right now. And
Okay,
BOK, hold on. I'm
well,
not going to acknowledge that because BOK females have the right. Listen, they are the most
okay, but
privileged. Hold on,
we
Essence.
hold
Hold on,
on.
as Essence. I'm not going to acknowledge the history because BOK females
You
today.
acknowledge the
Hold
history when you
on,
buy a house.
Essence. Hold on,
You
Essence. The
acknowledge
reason.
the history when you
Hold
want
on.
to marry a man.
Hold on, Essence.
you want to look at the history when you buy a
When it comes
car.
to BOK, hold on. When it comes to BOK
When you
Fefails,
go to the doctor, though,
they are
doctor
the
wants to
most
know your
privileged.
history.
They are the most privileged in Western society. Okay, compared to females, women in second and third world countries, they are the most privileged. So the reality is, this has nothing to do with history, because you BOK Fefails have
When you go
more
to the
chances.
doctor, they want to
You
know
have
your
more
history.
chances. You have more chances than any
When
other
you do a
woman
crime,
to succeed.
they want to know your history.
Okay, and what do you have to say? Because Essence it
Yeah,
sounds
I
like a
have a
broken record at
question.
this point.
So this is a comparative analysis. You are insinuating that compared to other races of women that we are failing as
Yes,
women. So, like, what do Black women do that, for
BOK.
example, BLK women do that white T women don't do? Not to say that because they do it, we have the right to do it. But what is the difference, and how? Like, just explain.
What do you mean? I need you to explain that a little bit. I don't understand the question.
So you're saying that we're failing. What do you believe we're doing to fail, and how is that completely different from what white T women, modern white T women, are doing?
The difference is with modern YT women, first, they submit to their YT man. That's
How
the
do you
first
know
thing that
that?
YT women do and
How
have
do you
been
know
doing.
that?
Look,
All right.
they literally rule Western society.
So then
Okay?
why did
Hold
they
on,
do the feminist movement?
essence. I'm answering N's question. Okay? Have some social cues right now. So the reality is, YT women submit to their YT man. That's how they conquered you Fefails, because they submit to their YT man and are able to get the piece of the pie from the YT man. BOK Fefails don't submit. That's why in the YT nation, they have higher marriage rates. That's why they're able to
Actually,
build. That's why they're able to have a fruitful community. BOK Fefails don't submit to their BOK man. They literally combat them and fight them and unalive their unborn babies.
right. So can I answer that? So first of all, white T women are responsible for things like feminism. For example, Mary
Exactly.
Wollstonecraft or Elizabeth Cady Stanton or Susan B. Anthony, right? These are white T women that perpetuated the same feminism that men complain about today. Another thing, birth rates in the Western world are at an all-time low compared to how it is in Africa. African women are very conservative, very religious women who get married. I mean, as an African woman, I'm African myself. I know plenty of women that get married almost every month. As an African, and if you're African, you probably have the same experience. We get married, we have children, we submit to our husbands, and yet, as
Say
African
AF,
women, you
please.
have to
AF.
wait, as for African?
Yeah.
So as AF women, we still have to deal with things like feminists. I'm not going to finish the word. We have to deal with subjugation in our own country, so much so that we have to migrate out of our own countries just to be treated as human beings. So to say the reason why white T women are dominating us is because they're submissive, or, you know, they're conservative or whatever. Well, African women are 10 times more conservative than white T women or Western women in general.
Not in Western society though.
No,
Not
yes,
in Western.
Because
yes,
this
they
is not
are.
a
They
That's
are.
the
Do you know?
point. No, they're not. No
Yes,
in
they
Western.
are.
If there was, how come they have the lowest marriage rates? How can they be the most
Wait,
conservative
Africa
that
has
they
the
have?
lowest marriage rates?
I'm talking about in Western
No, I'm
society.
making the comparison. You're saying that
Yeah, we know.
because
Yeah,
these groups of
that's
women.
obvious that's obvious that in second and third world countries they're going to be more conservative. We know that. That's
But
for
why
every
isn't
other
this
nation.
conservatism helping them?
Because BOK Fefails, they want to use their privilege to be community boxes. That's why.
AF women are
Yes,
using their what?
in
BOK.
Western society, yes, they're using their privilege to get their cheeks clapped instead.
No, ma'am,
Than
I'm
to
making the
build,
comparison.
with a BOK man.
Ma'am, I'm making the comparison. Forget about BLK women living in the Western world. You said that when these groups of women, they dominate other groups of women because they're conservative and they're willing to submit. Now, let's make the comparison between African women who are generally conservative and statistically conservative and religious. Africa is considered the most religious continent in the world, one of the
Yes,
most
I
conservative
understand that.
continents in the world.
I don't think you're drawing a. Oh,
Why are you
yeah. You have to
jumping?
say, because she has to use TikTok friendly language. You have to say AF. I don't think she's drawing a connection here. Okay. The reality
I
is,
think she's
if
making a
BOK,
bigger
Okay.
connection.
hold on,
Because she's
hold
saying
on,
the
N,
same
hold on,
exact
N,
things that I said.
hold on, N. No, she's not saying the same thing that you said. You don't even listen, please,
All right.
Essence.
She
And I
just
don't think you're
said
drawing a
that it's
connection.
future.
Hold on. I don't think you're drawing a connection, N, okay?
She said the
See,
same
this
shit
whole
that I did.
essence, when I speak, I don't know why you talk. So the reality is, N, you're not drawing a connection. You keep talking about the third world country, like the third world continent, like AF. The reality is, the reason why in these in these third world countries they're not able to thrive the way they're supposed to is because you have a lot of BOK females in Western society who don't want to be traditional. See, what they do is they abandon their culture, they abandon their land, they abandon everything about them to go and be Western.
I have a question.
They don't say, hey, I'm gonna marry my BOK man, we're gonna be a community, get things straight, and go back and help build. They don't do that. What they do
have a
is they
question.
stay in Western society and be community boxes, be independent, be educated fools.
I have a
So
Okay,
question.
so
that's why you see the state of the continent the way it is.
I have a question.
So the reason why AF is the way that it is because of a minority of AF immigrants living in the Western
Yes, it
world
is.
doing what
Yes,
they're
yes,
doing away from the
yes.
AF continent.
Because really think
That
about
makes
it,
no
N.
sense. That makes no
It does,
sense.
N. Who has more privilege? Who has more privilege? People in AF or people in Western society?
But how are a minority of people from a completely different continent affecting billions of people on another? Like, I'm so confused by that. Tell me how that works. How does that work?
Okay, I'm gonna just explain it one more time. If you don't understand it, then that's your problem. Okay? If BOK females in Western society have more privilege, then they have more capability to make the changes necessary. In second and third world countries, they don't have the same privilege, they don't have the same access, they don't even have the same education. So the reality is, when you have access to all of these things that can aid you to make better choices, they don't choose to make better choices. They use all of this knowledge, information, and money to make degenerate choices. So nothing changes.
Okay,
If you
so
don't
as
understand that, hold on. If you don't understand that, that's a big you problem. Now, I'm going
listen,
to lock off the live. I want last thoughts.
okay, so you said what you
So we're going to
said.
start off with
There.
N,
Okay.
last thoughts, and then Essence, last thoughts.
I think that African AF women are very capable, right? And we're doing everything that you and these men that support you tell us to do, but there's still little that comes out of it. Yet you have white tea Western women that are 304s that are not God fearing, and they're far more privileged and they have way better lives, and men treat them far more better. This is due to a racial and cultural privilege. It has nothing to do with how we act, right? And to say that a minority of migrants from Europe or America have an effect on billions of African women, around 1 to 2 billion African, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, I understand. No, stupidity is never going to understand logic. Essence, please. Last thoughts.
The only thing I have to say is that in regards to Black Americans, because I am a Black American woman.
Be okay, please. Be okay.
All I have to say in regards to BLK Americans, because I am a BLK American, is that we are the only group in the world that doesn't have our own territory that is provided and protected by our men. And even animals have that privilege from their men or their male counterparts. That's all I have to say.
Okay, then. Thank you for coming up. All right, then. So I want to thank every single one of you, even the ones that disagree. Thank you for coming up. So I want to quickly just acknowledge one more super chat. Dark Lake, thank you, sent $10. I thought we BLK men were being decentered, but somehow now we have to build infrastructure and stop the BS. The only reason why they won't submit is because they're waiting for the highest bidder. That's a fact. That's one thing BLK Fefails will submit to is money. So, I understand that a lot of BLK Fefails were confused by this prompt. But I don't think they were confused. Well, some definitely were confused. But that's what being triggered does. You know, a lot of these BLK Fefails are coddled in society. They've enabled bad behavior, bad attitude, masculinity where it really doesn't belong. They enable this behavior through the sisterhood. So when you ask them why are BLK Fefails failing in society, they simply can't answer it. They have they know all of the historical facts, educated, but somehow they can't be able to just answer one simple question. Somehow now they don't even know their nation. Somehow single moms are successful. Somehow you have doctors who will lie to you. Why BLK Fefails are failing in society? Take a look at the panelists that we had today. That should answer your question. So yes, thank you once again, every single one of you. I appreciate you for joining me. And I also want to say thank you for the taps for 184,000. Thank you for tapping the screen. I appreciate every single one of you. And thank you everyone on YouTube as well. I see you. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you just being there, the super chats. So yeah, it was a very interesting debate / conversation. So once again, thank you. Definitely keep an eye out for the next live, usually same time. If I'm not live tomorrow, then I will definitely be live on Friday. So yes, once again, I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for the gifts on TikTok. Thank you everyone on YouTube. If I'm not live tomorrow, then I'll be live on Friday. So yes, have a good day. Have a good night. Bye.